And we're live.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Back in effect.
Back in the building once again. It is the effing podcast.
I am B-Dub.
I'm Branson.
Hassan, a.k.a. Alpha Dog. Woof, woof.
In the building.
You gonna give your intro? You here?
Yeah.
It's me, the mayor.
The mayor's in the building. The mayor's in the building. Yeah. Give a shout out to Buddha. I believe Buddha's coming
use
through.
That other mic on the right.
Okay, 10-4, brother.
I believe Buddha's coming through. Definitely got to give a shout out to Kelly Joe. You know what I'm saying?
She misses us.
She said she misses us, and we miss her just as much. And you know we'll be waiting on you. Your seat will be here when you get back, baby. You already know what it is.
I farted in your chair though, multiple times.
All right, so we will start out the show with, unfortunately.
Wait. We got to give our customary shout
out.
Now,
My bad.
I know you want to be there.
Pay the bills, man.
All right. First, we're going to give a shout out to our usuals, Eighth and Fancy, for all of your adult snacks in need.
Shout out.
All right, then we're going to give a shout out to Dank Drinks for the dankest of drinks.
Shout out.
Then we got Crimey Dealers. The most crimiest of dealers.
Shout out.
And then finally, we have the local plug. Please eat responsibly.
Shout out.
Yes.
The local plug definitely be coming through.
Yes.
Yeah, the local
clutch.
And the local plug be coming through, and so does Eighth and Fancy. Like all the people we shout out, show them a little love. They deserve it. They come through in the clutch.
Yes, purchase your goods and wares from them. Okay, yeah, we are gonna start off with the RIPs because the news came out yesterday. So we wanted to send first a special RIP to Michael Madsen. Everybody knows Michael Madsen from many Quentin Tarantino movies, Kill Bill, Reservoir Dogs. Passed away at 67 at his home, I believe out in Los Angeles. From my understanding, it was a heart failure type of issue. So it was something related to his heart. It was cardiac arrest. And he was found unresponsive in his Malibu home, and this was on Thursday. So everybody knows him as one of Hollywood's iconic actors. Yeah, as I mentioned before, Reservoir Dogs, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Kill Bill. He has over 67 credits on IMDb, so we could sit here all day discussing all of his movies and his appearances, but we're very familiar with who Michael Madsen is. But he did get his start in Thelma and Louise, 91. Well, actually, he got his start in St. Elsewhere in 83, but I think he made his impression on the movies, in Thelma and Louise. And then after that was his collaboration with Tarantino on Reservoir Dogs. And then from there, he went into Westerns like Wyatt Earp. Did you see Wyatt Earp?
Wyatt Earp's a good movie.
Great movie. And he was also in Donnie Brasco, Die Another Day, Sin City. Of course, the Kill Bill franchise. But, yeah, we all recognize Michael Madsen. He had a few bits of trouble with the law, but what actor doesn't? So,
So, yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, so he has over 320 credits total to his name on IMDb. And he actually had 18 movies in development at the time of death. So he was in a lot of stuff. So that's unfortunate. So we're going to go ahead and give him a shout out, R.I.P. to Michael Madsen. Yeah, Buddha.
Look, he got to slam the door hard as hell.
I know, Buddha slammed the door.
Damn,
like
Buddha.
Slam the door hard as hell.
40-hour
Buddha. Ella, the mayor over here looking hella guilty.
Yeah.
Walking here looking like, ah!
So you saying he had 18 active, like, right now, like 18?
like movies in production. So I don't know what stage they were in. Some might have been stuff he already starred in and is wrapping up. He might have been mid-filming. Some might have been in pre-production and yet to film, but total there was 18 in the works. So you're going to see a lot of movies with Michael Madsen. He's going to have, he's going to be like Pac. You're going to be seeing movies,
holographic,
new movies from Michael
Hologram.
Madsen for years to come, even after he's passed. So, yeah, big shout out to Michael Madsen. Also, another RIP that was a little shocking, Young Noble of the Outlaws, passing away at 47. Self-deletion, because we can't say the proper word. Yeah, a young noble, a member of the group of the Outlaws with Pac.
Tupac found out of Jersey.
Yeah, so he deleted himself. I hate saying that word. It's kind of jacked up because you want to say the real word, but yeah, he passed away in Atlanta at 47 on the 4th of July. So. Yeah, so I'm sure I remember hearing him. He was on. He was all over Pac's.
Wasn't he on Hit 'Em Up?
Yeah,
he was on Hit 'Em Up.
he was on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
So yeah, he a lot of people wanted to take time to make sure you be aware of mental health issues that people around you are having.
We always used to cover that too. Like mental health.
We're very big on mental health.
Mental health is serious. Yeah, and
people are deleting themselves at a very high rate, and that's not cool. So make sure y'all, at the very least, if you don't want to talk to nobody, talk to Chat GPT. They will lead you and show you the way.
Are we gonna do the Are we gonna cover it in the 4th of July?
We're gonna do that.
No. Yeah. I was gonna say the RIP up in Chicago for the chick, the rapper. She was having a party.
She was having an album release party.
She was having an album release party, and they did a drive-by, and I believe they killed her 2 sisters. I'll wait till Doug pulls it up because I want to give the right information. You said 14 people got hit?
Yeah, so it looks like, 4 were hit permanently, and 14 people were wounded in a mass shooting outside the Artist Restaurant and Lounge in River North. In Chicago's River North neighborhood. Who was it? Mellow Bucks. Mellow Bucks was having an album release party, and there was a shooting. And it looks like the range of ages were from 21 to 32. 2 were taken to one hospital, 2 were taken to Mount Sinai, and 3 were taken to Stroger Hospital, 6 were taken to Northwest Memorial Hospital. Damn, why were so many people taken to so many different hospitals at the same location? But anyway, it looks like the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office identified a bunch of people. I'm not naming everybody's name. So it looks like 4 people were deleted, and
like one was her boyfriend, I believe.
$100. This is pretty bad.
Yeah, it was awful. Bad? No, that was awful. It's just awful.
I certainly don't want to have any things like that happen anywhere else. That's pretty bad, man. I'm sure it's still developing as to what's going on, but do you know if they found the suspects?
I don't know if they found the perpetrators or not. Like it's just an awful situation.
That's a terrible situation, man.
You know, you're going to have an event where you know you're celebrating what you've done, the accomplishments you've made, and you have people come out to support you, and their lives are at danger, and that's so crazy.
Like last night or like the night before last on Glenwood, they was out there trying to delete people.
Wait, there was some business on Glenwood?
Yeah, there were some people out there on Glenwood trying to, delete other, programs.
Really?
Yeah, trying to get other people up on
that. Yeah, I did. I heard about that.
Well, I haven't checked the news today.
You got to be...
Yeah,
you got to be safe out here in these streets, and you got to be cognizant of what's going on at all times.
There was a road rage incident around my way, on Highway 1, behind my crib.
Shot that.
That happened right behind my crib.
I heard it was somebody out here near Atlanta getting busy, butt naked.
Look,
I don't know.
That's why I don't go out the house. That's why I don't go out the house. That's nasty work. That's not crazy. That's nasty work, there. But you definitely have to be safe when you out here in these streets. Unfortunately, that's where we're at as a society, especially in America. Like, because these people out here crazy.
Yeah,
these motherfuckers out here crazy. Like you have to be on the lookout. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but let's move on to lighter fare, like the 4th of July. What did y'all do?
Nothing.
I stayed at the crib
Nothing.
and edited effing podcast clips.
Nobody cooks out anymore, or nobody I knows. Well, You said who?
I was on the grill, 3 slabs.
He
gonna say
this, he gonna say this
Some
now.
corn.
Yeah, I know.
He gonna say
Yeah,
this now.
yeah.
Like,
Right.
Who knew?
Oh.
look, but you're in our chat. You're in our chat. I know you're in our chat.
That's diabolical.
And you ain't say nothing about I'm on the grill because we would have came out.
I would have brought food. I would have helped you.
So now, okay, so now
Hold on. I just want to read you this title.
Yes, go for it.
Naked man assaults two in Raleigh during an attempted carjacking.
A naked man tried to assault somebody in a
Not
car.
tried. Not tried. That's not tried. It was on the news. It made the
naked
news.
man.
Wait, he didn't have a weapon?
Bro, I think he had a
He might
He had a stick.
too easy.
Wait,
wooden
so a
stick,
butt-naked man carjacked you with a stick.
bro.
What do you do in that situation?
You drive off.
You come out of Bojangles, he meets you at the door. He meets you at the handle of your car door.
With his stick.
Kick him in the stomach.
I mean, I'm
like
sure.
20 seconds. I'll
I'm
play
sure
the
when you
20
walk
seconds.
in, you can see this motherfucker butt ass naked.
For a man who's
And
accused of assaulting 2 people, trying to steal a car, and then running from Raleigh police, all while naked.
Yeah, this is video taken Monday from Sky I-17 as police were chasing Dominique Cortez. He is in jail on a list of charges, including 3 counts of assault on a governmental official, felony
Mental
breaking
health.
and entering, and
Remember how we
larceny.
talk about mental health? Mental health is real. Mental health is real.
Mental health is super real.
Mental health is real. Like, can you imagine a dude not just running up on you, but running up on you
Swaggy.
Naked.
Again,
And all of his
Understand
glory.
that one.
if you're walking and you notice somebody butt ass naked making a beeline towards you,
Yeah, I'm walking away from
like,
that dude.
what you doing? I mean, what's your mind doing? You locked in that you can't.
Did he
go?
have shoes on? Because I think I could outrun him.
I'm assuming he butt naked and he ain't got no shoes on or nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I could outrun him if I have
I'm
shoes
just
on.
saying.
That was the 4th
I'm a
of July.
big dude, but I could move.
I'm just saying.
That was the
you
4th of
see
July
a
in
butt
Raleigh.
ass naked man coming
wild.
towards
What would
you.
that do for your rep if you're running away from a butt naked man chasing you?
I mean,
my
yeah.
rep would be
Shit,
mud
you don't
in
know.
the
You don't
street.
know what's
People would
wrong.
Get the wrong
You
idea
don't know
about
what's wrong with that motherfucker. So unless you got a gun to
butt-naked
unalive
man.
his ass, I mean,
Here you go.
yeah.
When police arrived on the scene, officers said they found a man and a woman that reported a naked man approached them with a wooden post. The man told police
Well,
he had-
what was the weapon?
Wooden post.
This shit was.
A wooden post.
The man told police he had just gotten out of his car and locked it when the suspect approached him and demanded he drop everything he was carrying and give him access to the car. After complying with the suspect, the man said the suspect assaulted him with the wooden post. And then,
Still hit him with the wooden post. Oh, you had to fight that nigga.
He put his post on you, man.
There we go.
according to the police, the suspect also approached a woman eating lunch in her car. She told them the suspect hit her in the arm with the wooden post before pulling her out of the car and attempting to drive away. The suspect was unable to ship the car out of park. Police said he fled from the scene and hid in a nearby storage room behind 4000 Atlantic
I
Avenue.
can't wait
no.
until Dub cuts this fucking.
Police said suspect was
I can't
later
wait
captured
until
and
you
taken
cut
into
this one
custody.
off.
They have not released the name
I don't know if I want
or the
to
2
cut that.
people who were assaulted.
But
I can't wait till you cut this
I'm
one
just
off.
saying, how do the man?
I don't know how.
How do
I
the-
would have ran. I'll be honest. I wouldn't
how
look for a
do
fist.
a
I don't want to
man-
fight a butt naked man.
How do a man able to put his wooden post on you? And the woman, how he was able to put it on your arm? Like, are you?
why you in
are
the car?
Niggas coming towards
you
me.
that
I'm
tra-
driving away.
I'm
And
just
I'm
saying,
in the car.
I'm just saying, you that motherfucking traumatized that this motherfucker coming towards you with his shit, and he's
just gotta
able to
see the
put it on not one but 2 people. He put it on 2 people.
That would on 2 people.
As a man. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I got to shout them socks out. I got.
Oh my
I gotta
God.
shout those socks out because
Man,
those
I would be
socks are
surprised that
crazy.
man had no socks on.
The Ed Flanders socks, the Ned Flanders socks are out of this
Oh
world.
my God!
The white socks, the black.
No, the Ned Flanders are crazy,
You
man.
talking about 2 people? He put that thing on, man. Damn.
I mean,
The man, like, damn, dude.
I'd just be like,
couldn't
I'd be
do shit,
damn, what
man.
kind of day am I
You could
having?
have smacked the
I mean, it was
motherfucker.
4th of July.
I'll be mad as hell. Shit, you done
Well, that
put
was on the first.
If you done
Oh.
put your
then that
motherfucking
wasn't
shit
the fourth.
on me, I ain't got nothing to lose then.
Yeah, definitely. He started
He was
pregame
free.
way
That
too
nigga
early.
ain't
Way
that
too
crazy.
early.
He got butt naked in the summer. Now, if I saw that nigga in January, I'd be scared.
And it wasn't really hot like it was the week before. This week was kind of.
Yeah, he was only approaching.
It was a
Wait,
man
wait,
and
did
a
the
woman.
dude?
No.
It was a dude.
No, it was a
dude
dude.
first.
It was a dude, and it was a husband and wife.
Wait, it was 2 people
That's
was
what
two
I'm
people.
saying. He put it on 2 people. He
in the
put
same car.
Yes, he put the wood on the
no,
dude
And they were
first.
close.
I don't think.
Well, I
it
don't
was
know
the same
about
car.
that.
I think
No, it was 2 different. This is 2 different incidents.
Incidents.
On Atlantic. Same
Oh.
butt naked ass man.
I'm about to
so
say,
the first one,
damn.
like they said, the first one he
Was a
ran up
man and
on a
woman.
man with the post. He just got out of his car, so he's already outside of his car.
Okay.
So he got him with the wooden post outside of his car. The chick's sitting down eating somewhere. So if it's on Atlantic, she's sitting down eating somewhere. I'm just going to assume.
He ain't go that far.
I'm just going to assume it's somewhere like
Sonic.
Char. You know what I mean?
Sonic, Char Grill.
Like, I'm just going to
Yeah.
assume.
But I'm just
So it
saying
happened near
though.
the Sonic on Atlantic.
Right, but you know,
We're assuming, 'cause those are the places to
either
eat.
or.
Yeah, and he hid in a nearby storage room behind 4000 Atlantic Avenue.
Because there's that place
That
where
big ass
there's the
public
exit
storage
right there and all that stuff.
Okay,
right
so
there.
the nigga was butt ass naked
Yep.
in the summertime, and he hid from police after he committed the crime. So he's not that crazy. Crazy is doing this in January and not running from the police. That's a crazy man. This man.
But why
has
is he
some
butt ass
sanity.
naked though?
He just wanted to get a tan.
Is that a fetish?
It might be.
Might
In
be.
MK?
All I
Okay.
know is I always say if you run from the cops, you ain't that crazy. You
know you fucked
yeah,
up.
you know you fucked up.
Not necessarily because even in every video game you run from the cops. So
Well,
Nah, he ain't that crazy, bro. Yeah, so we'll pray for him, whoever he is.
now, along with 4th of July, there always comes the 4th of July incidents
Oh yes.
with firecrackers.
oh
Oh yeah, your boy rapper 4 Extra needs 4 extra fingers, nigga.
It look like linguine, dog.
No, I saw his hand. It looked like pulled pork.
he took JPP to a whole new level.
Look,
dog.
like,
Man.
when are y'all going to quit with these fireworks?
How
Like,
many damn PSAs have to tell y'all about these damn fireworks?
when are y'all going to stop with
Hey,
these
yo, did
fireworks?
did you see that meme on July 3rd that said somebody's hand gonna? They even said it before it happened.
'Cause it
this is
always
the last
happens.
day somebody's gonna have their hand. That's what it said on July 3rd.
It happens every year.
And then on top of
Somebody
that, over
blows
there
their
in
hand.
Cali, it just seemed like everybody's house is on fire from fireworks because motherfucker is obviously
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's
a lot
dry.
of people buy a whole bunch of wholesale fireworks and they sell them out of their house and them bitches be going off and boom 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 big ass shit.
Yeah, so this dude, rapper 4 Extra, I saw before he blew his hand off, he had the fireworks in his hand. And just hours before the accident, he had the video where he held 2 firecrackers, one was red and one was gray. And he said, I'm going to blow a nigga up. And he didn't know it was him.
It was going to be him he blew up.
Yeah, he's a rolling 40s.
You see it, Buddha?
Oh,
Buddha, y'all saw it? Oh, no, I'm good. I don't want to see it.
son.
I'm good.
Oh my goodness.
I'm good.
Hey, listen,
I'm good.
it's over.
damn done.
He ain't hold on. He ain't using that hand no more.
No, listen,
Nah.
Not for nothing.
Not for nothing.
And that's a right hand, too.
Yeah, you know
But I
when
think he
got
still
out-
got.
No. That's
Or
done.
something.
No.
Oh, wow.
It's like this or something. Like,
Nah, he-
bro, what's right here? What do I got right here? Stop that. Stop that. You don't see that right there? Go.
But you know it's ironic because like when he got out, his like, the way he rose back to fame was squabble this, squabble that. You would go to the Avenue 22. Now
Microphone.
you ain't doing shit, my boy. You could do a slap fest.
Oh, the mic.
Yeah, like nobody's.
He could do it's just natural habit. It's just natural habit, man. You know he could do slap fest now because he only got one
He
hand.
can't.
Yeah, he can do it.
We can too.
Shit.
Damn, boy.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand how you a gangster and you holding steel and you don't know how to handle many
I
explosives.
quit shooting off fireworks probably 15 years ago.
He about to blow
I like the sound of them when they go off, but I'm not shooting them off.
Yeah, I'm just not
shooting them
pressed
off.
over fireworks.
I'm not shooting them off.
Hey, I remember about 10 years ago when I used to make that trip down to South Carolina to the south of the border.
Shout out south of the border.
Load up on fireworks, come back to
south
North
of the
Carolina.
border.
Look, south of the
Landmark between
Does that
North
sound
and
familiar?
South Carolina.
Does that sound familiar?
South
Somebody
of the
trying
border.
to get to south of the border just to get some fireworks?
Oh,
South of
yeah,
the
we used to do
border.
that shit all the time.
They south of the border is for one purpose and one purpose only: 4th
get
of
some
July.
fucking
That's
fireworks.
and they always come through.
Yeah, so you drive about 3 hours to the south of the border to South Carolina, North Carolina exit. You stock up on fireworks and you don't smoke a goddamn thing on the way back.
Hell no.
Hell no. No
Shout out
blunts,
south
no
of the
nothing,
border.
boy. Yeah, and then you got tons and tons of fireworks. See, back in, what was it? When I first moved to Raleigh in 07, 08, we went down to south of the border, me and a couple people, and then we just bought a bunch of red fireworks and a bunch of blue fireworks and sold them to the Crips and Bloods and made them have firework wars.
And ain't nothing down there. Ain't nothing south of the border no more but fireworks.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all there is.
All you
That's
get
it.
fireworks.
That's all they need. That's enough
Yeah.
to keep them in business.
Especially since they're illegal in North Carolina, so that works out perfectly.
Yeah, but hey, they fine in South Carolina. That's
You can't tell on the 4th of July.
That's the only difference.
You can't tell they're illegal on the 4th.
Oh no, you definitely
yeah.
can't. No.
And for anybody not in this region, that's the only difference between North Carolina and South Carolina is fireworks. One is legal in one state and the other isn't. And there are alligators in South Carolina. That's it. That's the only difference between South Carolina and North Carolina. But cool, let's keep it moving because it was a big week. The trial of the year, I'll call it the year.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
the
want.
year.
It's not going to be the trial of the decade.
It
or the
didn't live up
century.
to all the I thought it was.
No, it
but,
did. I found out Cassie got peed on. That was wonderful.
I mean, I'm sure she wasn't the only one who was getting peed
No,
on.
I found out a lot of people got
free.
peed on.
That got out free.
Yeah,
I
that girl
found
was
out.
free.
I found out one of the male escorts want to sue her and Diddy.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
she gave him an STD and abort their child. I
Yeah,
found that out.
We'll get into that. But, yeah, as you know, everybody watching, Diddy got, what, two out of the 5 charges guilty of, but they're the 2 minor ones, which was the purchasing of pussy. That's the legal definition of what it's called.
Right.
But that's it. All guilty. All Diddy was guilty of was just
The crazy part about it is the charges that he was convicted of. Only 2 people in history ever been charged with that charge and been convicted. The law was strictly created for black men, especially black men that took white women over state lines. And we
Are
had
you referring to the Mann Act?
the Mann Act, correct? Because first black heavyweight champion Jack Johnson, he was convicted of it, and Chuck Berry was
And R. Kelly.
and yes.
Charlie Chaplin was charged, but
But
was dropped.
was not dropped, exactly. So only black men has been convicted of these charges.
And only one white man has ever been charged with it, and the charge was dropped.
Exactly. So
And he was speechless when they gave it to him.
He ain't say nothing.
Yeah, Charlie Chaplin ain't say shit. He said, I'm already in enough trouble.
right. So the thing about it is, like I said, it just, and people like, why is we celebrating an abuser? No, nobody's celebrating an abuser. They're celebrating the fact that he did not get convicted.
I ain't celebrate shit.
No.
I was just.
But so what are y'all celebrating?
No, first of all, I'm just describing what people, the reason why people celebrating. Celebrate he didn't get convicted on some bullshit. The charges that he should have been convicted on, they couldn't convict him on, so they got him with a historical racial charge, which it was. Yeah, let's call it like it is. It's a racial law against. It's only strictly
It's
for
a
black men.
racist law.
Racist law that's still on the books, and he got convicted by that. But other than that, what he's supposed to been charged with and being convicted of, it would have been a misdemeanor abuse charge. That's it.
Yeah.
So people saw what it was. It was people enjoying the orgies. They tried to get some money. The government couldn't prove their case, and it is what it is. And the people who had problems with it, they can't take the emotional part out of it and just let's go with the facts of the law. The facts of the law is this man got convicted because of what goes on in his bedroom. And if people cheering that on, that means you, me, if somebody asks a girl to go with us to another state and we had sexual intercourse and she disagreed with it because she was mad with me or some shit, you can get charged with that shit too. Mm-hmm. That's a federal charge. The fact of the matter is you don't have enough money to fight that shit. That's what people need to understand when you're cheering on stuff like that, the Pandora box that the average Joe or Mary, particularly Joe, can get fucked up behind that shit.
Well, what I see is this: A, if you don't make your private life public, you don't bring the public into your private life. That's A.
Yeah, that's all it was.
That's what it is. I told you that. If you were too I'm not saying you. He was just arrogant.
Was he arrogant? Because everything that he was
was he?
No, listen.
Yeah, he was super arrogant. No. That's why everybody knew his business.
Listen to what I'm saying. Was he arrogant? Because when Diddy was talking about all the free calls and shit like that, these are decades, years ago. Everybody, this shit is being relived because the law that was created. Once again, this law was created specifically for Trump's. Hold on, I'm about to get.
But no, this is what I'm saying.
You got it. Wait.
You're. Hold on. I'm saying if you don't put your private life out in the public for the public to give you an opinion.
He didn't do this. Nothing was recent. That's all I'm saying. None of this stuff was recent. When Diddy used to talk about this shit was years ago. Diddy has not talked about freak offs recently. None of that shit.
What I'm saying, if
so you read.
If you know anything about the swingers lifestyle, which he lives,
right,
you don't really talk about the swinger
understand
lifestyle.
That I get all that.
So once you bring people into your swinger lifestyle, now you're opening up the court of public opinion because now people are taking in this who might not should be there.
So again, let's see. This is where we gotta keep the content. The only reason why this is relitigated again because Cassie wanted money. That's it. If he took her serious about the book and pay her whatever she asked for, we would not have been talking about this. None of these charges he was being charged for happened recent. These were old, years ago. So this is not Diddy that said last year, we talking about the free costs or nothing like that. This is not him doing that. So if you're going to convict the man of something that he said decades ago, that's a problem right there. That's called cancel culture. You feel what I'm saying? You cannot sit here where he said something a year ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and now somebody try to get money out of it, and the government basically said, well, if you don't testify against him, then we can charge you with the same charge because Cassie could have been charged with the same charge and could have been convicted over the Mann Act. But because the government gave her immunity, you feel what I'm saying? That's why she got up there. So this is where another thing where people need to understand. If anybody got on that stand, got immunity, that means the government had dirt on their ass too.
Yeah.
Lots of people had dirt.
Right. So that means they was complicit as well.
The number one thing I took from this, and we used to have this conversation all the time, was flying you out is hoe talk. Getting flued out. Remember we used to always talk about getting flued out? Getting flued out is hoe talk.
Yeah, when has it never not been hoe talk?
It solidifies now as hoe talk.
It's been hoe talk.
Yeah. But now it is solidified.
Now the game is fucked up.
Right, you get like I said, the average Joe can get hit with a Mann Act. The average Joe can get hit with a Mann Act.
Unless you're getting flued out to Vegas.
No.
Vegas is legal.
And not Vegas. Vegas ain't legal prostitution. The county over next to Vegas is legal. That's where the Bunny Ranch is. That ain't in Las Vegas.
I believe Nevada.
Yeah, he correct.
It's not Las Vegas. It's
the state of Nevada. Is it the state?
No, it's not.
Henderson.
The state.
It's county. Henderson
County. One county. Yeah.
Well, you'll go into Henderson and everything is all good.
Better hope there's a goddamn airport there. There has to be if that's the only place prostitution is legal. You want to fly in with your hoes, do what you're supposed to do, and then leave. But they interviewed a member of the jury, one of the 18 members, which is 12 plus the 6 alternatives. And the juror just said Diddy's defense did a good job of discrediting Don Richard. They said it was like a verbal takedown in the courtroom the way they discredited her, which they should have.
Salute Brian still.
Her name is Richard, and it's spelled Richard. You know this girl running game.
I mean, the people who made out the best, of course, Diddy made out.
Yeah.
He made out great. Diddy's lawyer made out.
Yeah.
Brian
all
Staller's
of
2 for
them
2 on
was slick.
Ricos.
Diddy's lawyer is now like that
the Michael
guy.
Jordan of Ricos.
Yeah,
He's
you got
that guy.
Young Thug.
He is that guy.
yeah.
now.
He got Young Thug and Diddy.
He helped
He's
beat
gonna be-
Young Thug
Yeah,
and
he's
Diddy
that
right
guy.
Be
there.
hip hop's Johnny Cochran and shit.
He is
Yeah.
that guy. And
He's an
the
all-star.
person who took the worst is Cassie. Cassie took the worst of what
She
came
got
out of this
30
trial.
million.
Well, somebody about to dip in that shit now.
Public image. Cassie took
It has
the worst.
changed.
It really hasn't, because you didn't think highly of Cassie before.
No, it has changed because at first people didn't talk about it as
I had
openly
forgotten
now,
about Shorty.
and now
You said what?
I forgot about Shorty.
About
Yeah,
Cassie?
nobody thinking about Cassie.
Musically, like
No, I'm just saying in public image, like when you look at Cassie now and you think about Cassie, like she came out the worst because now you know how
you was a scandalous hoe.
how trifling
You
she,
trifling.
she,
Redbone.
she
ain't
came
no
out with
Redbone.
the worst of it. Who, Cassie?
Cassie ain't. She ain't black.
that's a good question.
She's not black. Her parents. I've seen her parents. Neither of them are black.
Well, nevertheless, Cassie comes out looking awful.
Yeah,
Completely awful.
She's a literal cum
Now
bucket.
she did, the video of her and Puff, that still plays a part in it too. But just the overall gist of it is that Cassie was playing as much of a
She
part
ain't
in
a
all of this
victim
stuff
with people
as,
trying to put her.
Yeah,
as.
I don't see her as a victim.
She's not a victim, and anybody who try to take this case and try to align it with real people, with real victims, you need to be slapped. And it's disgusting.
And 50 Cent, baby mom.
Yeah. Oh, she's a piece of work.
Actually, it just shows you what type of 50 Cent is. He don't take care
Well, no,
of women.
it just shows you what these women that some guys will hold high up on this pedestal and be like, this chick ain't.
Well,
nothing.
it's not necessarily hold up on a pedestal. It's just the fact that in Puffy case, right? If you fucking with this is in 50 is another billionaire, right? You fucking with another billionaire, which you just popped the baby out for him, and he ain't taking care of you even on a basic necessity part. And he paid like $10,000 a month. That ain't shit to a billionaire. And he smashing her, he tricking her out and all that other stuff. I mean, like, that's the ultimate, like, yeah, I'm taking your baby mom and I'm turning her ass out, nigga. Like, what? Like, you can't, like, but it just goes to show 58, like, he a cheap ass motherfucker. He'll take care of his house. Cause she like I said, once she break that glass house, she gonna find the next nigga that's gonna be able to take care of her.
Well, in addition to that, one of the things I feel about Cassie, I think Cassie is responsible for screwing the game up right now.
She is.
Because there's a lot of D-list, Z-list talent girls that are in their teens and 20s that were ready to be freak off girl number 2 to make it. And now Cassie's just exposing all this shit.
Shut that all down.
Shut it all down.
Whole game.
Cassie ruined that.
Look,
Cassie's
look.
ruined
I
everything.
just said last week, hey man, you can't cheat out here. No side bitches.
Cassie ruined
they
all
don't
that.
want to
Yeah,
play their
Cassie shut that
position.
down.
They don't want to play their position.
Yeah.
They want to be out in the open and shit
All
like
you
that.
pretty girls
They
out there.
telling on your ass.
Unfortunately, you got to start an OnlyFans because the idea of getting gutted on a couch in a nice luxury condo was just out the window.
It's out, man. Nobody fucking with y'all. Ain't gonna lose
Just
that
gone.
bread.
Yeah. So now you can't get flown out. Niggas ain't gonna fly you out. And if you do get a ticket,
You pay for your own
pay
ticket.
for your own ticket.
I'll reimburse you.
No, not if you piss me off. Now you subject to me.
So yeah, you
gotta
can't
give up
look,
that pussy.
Niggas
So,
can't even fly you out
that's
no
why I
damn
say,
more.
yeah,
That's
we
We
that's
gotta
over
reimburse
with.
you.
Getting flued out
Look,
is
you
over.
can't even fly you out no damn more. You gotta
I
use
can't
your
fly
own
you
damn
out.
money.
Can't fly you out. You got to take the train.
Yeah, can't fly you out. None of that shit.
Amtrak ticket.
Look, we ain't even talking about sex, and none of that. That's none of that's even being discussed. It just happened when you got there.
Now, despite that, you also have to remember Diddy was denied bail, so
Which
he's
that was
still
bullshit.
in jail. Yeah, they think of him as a danger. That's the part that pissed me off. Cassie,
that was some bullshit.
Cassie was like, "No, I think he's still a danger."
That's bullshit. Like nigga, you got immunity, meaning they could have charged you with some bullshit too. So they just wanted you to tell, so pretty much embarrass yourself even more and try to embarrass him. You feel what I'm saying? It's hopefully to sway somebody to get his ass locked up. It didn't. It failed miserably. So here we are. Somebody who got convicted on 2 lesser charges, and he can't get bond.
Yeah, he's not going to be.
Now watch when I tell you Trump gonna pardon his ass, because he be like, "Hey, that wasn't fair."
Man, he gonna tell Diddy to go sit down there 1 or 2 years and
he gonna pardon him, dog. I'm trying to tell you, that's an easy pardon. Trump gonna pardon his ass. Watch.
All right.
I think Diddy was screwed by the system.
He should have got on bail.
He should have got bail. I know Cassie ain't shit. The pussy was trash when I had it. That's Trump, man. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting role for Cassie now, because everybody knows she got that $30 million.
She get ready to.
Oh, she about to give us some of that.
Low. Cassie get ready to get low.
No, she can't get low yet. She got to answer that lawsuit.
Yeah, dude is gathering a lawsuit against her. Cassie's in the process of getting sued by one of the escorts that she hired. I love how women are trying to say she didn't hire these people. It was Diddy putting pressure on her to do it.
She did.
Yeah,
that's the reason why she got immunity, because they had the text message between her and Diddy put her in the damn process of committing the crime.
Yeah.
So for her to testify, they had to give her immunity.
Yeah, so this dude is an escort named Clayton Howard. Says he was exploited, drugged, and left with lasting trauma after dealing with Cassie and them. And let me go ahead and load that clip up. There it is.
So good morning. I am Dave, the man who has just sued Cassandra Ventura for damages involved in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial. And I'm looking through social media, and I see a lot of the women out there, particularly black women like myself, who choose to victim shame me and try to do everything they can to discredit me, because the truth is that the loss of the Sean Combs trial was a loss to the Me Too movement and to hating women like the women who are trying to insult me. So let me tell you something, you women out there who would like to insult me. This is my story. I was paid by Cassandra Ventura, for 8 years to be her male provider. I didn't have to be the best looking guy. I was the best in bed. And because I was the best in bed, guess what? I was given this arrangement. I was coerced. I was drugged. I was manipulated with promises of money and gifts for over a period of 8 years to continue to be this woman's provider at her expense and at the expense of Diddy. Now, at the time, legally, I didn't know my rights as well as I do now. I didn't create this conflict with Cassandra Ventura. She created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Sean Combs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on me, who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth, that Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself.
Yep. So that was your boy Clayton Howard.
He do look like black.
That was your boy Clayton Howard, male escort. In the process of suing Cassie, said he caught an STD from her. I want to know which one is it, HIV or herpes? I'm sure it's herpes.
Probably herpes.
Probably herpes. Yeah. Bump, bump, bump. Now that B2K song, come on, whenever he have an outbreak. So yeah. This is a big deal, and he knows Cassie just got a bit of money, and we have some evidence from Cassie that we saw during the court trial that have her making threats to physically delete people on phone. She threatened, what was it, a male escort? Because he said he saw a freak off tape, and she wanted to know. Dude claims he was drugged, drug abuse, sex trafficked.
Got her pregnant.
Yeah, got her pregnant. She
Killed
aborted
the
the baby without telling him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is that a bad thing?
No, because I mean,
How does he know it's his?
yeah.
The way she was
how did he know
smashing.
it was his?
The way she was
What?
smashing, how he know it was his?
Yeah, how does her husband know it's his?
Boy, that club has been shot
Look,
to
the way her club was
shit.
getting shot up, how does he know specifically that it was his? That's all I'm saying.
That's the one thing
Look,
that is so disturbing in all this, yo.
It's not like everybody
The
ain't say
high-
they hit.
You know the high rate of STDs and these motherfuckers up here just
giving it to each other.
raw dogging their
Just
life,
giving it, just
just
passing
raw
it.
dogging
and then
away.
they send it out.
All they got is money and get high.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Get high.
Yeah, it is
Fuck.
when you sending
That's
that
all
out.
they
When you
got.
sending that out to the public, though, because now these escorts that you done, now they going off to.
That's how it
give,
be.
Give off with it.
Hey, this guy said Cassie forced him into disturbing acts, including masturbation for hours on end. It resulted in tears, skin peeling, and scabbing.
I'm about to say, how do you masturbate for? Good God!
Oh, he paid for it.
That's what the silicone and the baby
You
oil
done pulled
for.
the skin off?
Yeah.
Damn, that shit hurt.
Look, you done rubbed all the feeling out.
That shit hurt.
You done rubbed the feeling out that motherfucker.
You done desensitized that nigga, dog. You done pulled the skin off, nigga. You done rubbed
My
it.
God,
Look, I'm just saying, you done stroked this.
that shit hurt.
Yeah.
That's hurt now. It ain't me.
Yeah, that's painful.
I feel that shit right now.
That's a lot, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that
Start
was.
crying.
Right.
But how much can somebody actually pay you to keep going?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a different
How
question.
high you had to be doing that
That's a
shit.
different type of question.
No,
right there.
nigga, fuck
Nigga,
being high.
you couldn't even wash your shit for
How
a week.
much should somebody actually have to pay you to keep going? And you done tore your meat, the skin off
Oh
your
my
meat,
God.
bro. You know. Oh Lord,
Get that
Certain
money.
number you can buy it.
friction.
Oh my
So he's saying he suffered pain and suffering,
Trauma.
emotional distress,
Man, get your
Hey, that
mental
man
anguish,
Get your money.
plus loss of enjoyment of life.
Yeah, you done
Yeah.
pulled the skin off of it.
That
That
bitch,
shaped it. That stroked itself.
look, it probably healed back and didn't heal back right neither.
And I got a scab.
That
over
look,
too.
that thing, that thing probably don't even get hard. It get hard and hurt. Like
Right, exactly.
get hard and start hurting.
Look.
Like oh
I'm
God.
telling you, bro. Look, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, get that money, nigga, because your ass is. I'm
He
fucked
said
up.
Cassie
I'm
also,
fucked up over here.
Cassie assaulted him, he said, because of she was apparently in her menstruation period and forced him to have sex. So he said, by logic, he said, if I were to climb on top of a woman and bust in her against her will, wouldn't that be considered the R word?
Yeah.
And so he said, if she's putting her bodily fluids all over me without my consent, isn't that the same thing?
Correct,
is.
it is.
And by logic, I guess he's right.
He's correct.
So
He's in.
Cassie's gonna have to make a settlement, and she's going. More importantly, I feel like her husband, man.
And this opens the door to more lawsuits. Then
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
the
Oh,
lawsuits.
they gonna chip in that 30
Lawsuits are
million.
getting ready
Remember,
to start.
she's on tape threatening an escort.
Yeah,
And there might
lawsuits
be
are
some
getting ready to start.
psychological damage and emotional distress from being threatened
By
by such a
Cassie.
powerful woman. It's like being threatened by the girlfriend of
A powerful
drug cartel
man.
leader.
Exactly. So
So
yeah, she
Cassie's gonna-
she just opened up a Pandora box for her motherfucking self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get too attached to that 30 million.
Right,
Boy.
exactly.
Let's pray you get it maybe 2.5 when it's all said and done between lawyer fees, settlement fees,
Oh boy.
flights back and
All
forth.
you Cassie got there cheerleaders, y'all see this chick ain't shit.
Yeah. See, now what she should have done was get that money from the hotel
And
because
just-
that was in silence.
Right.
Because she got that without anybody knowing. She could have had 10 million to herself, but now she want to get greedy and advertise to get the rest. Now
Right.
everybody know you got that money. All these
coming
escorts
for-
is
they
gonna
coming
come
for
back
you.
and get your ass. You should have just kept that 10 mil. Because I see you ain't gonna keep all that 30 mil when the smoke clears. You still in that smoke.
They gonna
And
dip
she
in
started
this
this.
Yeah,
Shout out to all the women on social media blindly defending Cassie, still
Right.
saying up and down she's an innocent victim and
Exactly.
Diddy's a monster.
Stockholm
Well, I mean,
syndrome
he
and all that
did beat her on
bullshit.
tape. Now,
Oh, he whooped her ass. She
did
should
do
have
that
left him,
now, so
but she didn't.
It's still like she does have a little victim, but she does
No,
have
ain't no little victim. You can't stay in no shit like that for decades on end.
Cassie
Then you with
victimized people.
then on top of that, you was in between
It's-
two fucking relationships
it-
just to come back
there's
to participate in the
it
freak
doesn't-
off. There ain't no victim.
Just because
She saw money.
just because she was doing stuff as well does not mean that she's not a victim as
She's
well.
not.
She's a victim.
The
Her husband's
easiest
a
way to
victim.
Her husband's a victim.
But no, the easiest way to look at it, niggas, hurt people, and she was definitely hurt.
She was hurt.
She was definitely
They was
hurt.
hurting each other.
That-
That was a
like I
toxic
said,
That's
relationship.
cool. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
So
So,
she's
let's-
still a perpetrator.
She's a
if you're
perpetrator
gonna,
and a victim.
So if you're
She's
going
both.
so then
So
you
was R.
need
Kelly.
so then you need to give Diddy you need to give Diddy grace.
No, R. Kelly was molested as a child.
Exactly, by his
he was-
sister.
he-
He was
perpetrator
by his
victim.
You're
sister.
missing my point. Is he
It-
not in jail when
Right.
while he was a victim?
And then people don't
Perpetrator
talk about
victim.
that because R. Kelly was sexually abused by his sister, which she's always been by his side throughout his whole entire upbringing. Then on top of that, she and others cultivated the culture, the reason why he did what he did.
Yeah, but I mean, I still agree with him being locked up for what he did. All I was just making a point is victims can still be perpetrators and
Exactly.
can still face punishment.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
Cassie
R.
ain't
Kelly
free.
is a clear classic.
Yeah, so I don't believe she was as innocent as she originally displayed.
Oh
so,
no, she's definitely not as
you know,
innocent.
to all the
but
women
she-
blindly supporting her, I mean, I don't have a problem with your opinion. You can think whatever you like.
But
It's
that's-
when you
that's-
think I'm an asshole for
Opinions
calling
aren't
it out.
facts, though. Yeah.
It-
Opinions are
it's
just
simple.
Yeah,
assholes.
that's
Buddha
not
said,
facts.
hurt people,
Yeah.
and she was definitely hurt, and she was hurting a lot of people. So,
Yeah. She hurt a lot of escorts
But
by
Diddy
giving
ain't
them
that.
STD.
Diddy is not that. Diddy is not that monster that people.
I'm not going to say that either.
Yeah,
Diddy's a
I'm
monster.
not running to
How?
Diddy's
I ain't
defense.
about to defend
How?
I'm not running
How?
to Diddy's
How?
defense. I'm not running.
How?
I'm
How?
not running to Diddy's
How?
defense. I'm not.
How?
Running
What I
his
will
defense.
say
How he's not.
for
How
Diddy,
he is.
only thing I'm gonna say about Diddy, his lifestyle is NMK.
No,
Okay,
I
but
can't.
outside his lifestyle, how he's a monster.
Nigga, I saw you beat that girl on tape. What you mean? How is he a monster? I saw you with my own eyes. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's true.
How are you going to explain that?
No. So let's explain the whole narrative.
I don't need a whole
Yes,
narrative.
You do.
I need to see
yes,
you
you do.
whooping that girl at-
No. It was part of the testimony. The security guard that came up there, who was one of the first people, and a male escort that was in the fucking room. That saw the shit. Her ass was high off of fucking drugs.
And running away.
So Diddy
And-
brought her ass back in, I'm
and
not
what?
excusing.
And-
Let's get
and-
something
and-
straight.
and
Wait
ran her-
a
did he
minute.
run her down?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm asking a question.
Yeah, I'm going
down.
to listen. I'm going
He
to
drugged
answer all of that.
So you're getting ready to defend this?
No, what I'm saying is, if you're gonna call it for what it is, name everything that transpired in there. The two people that saw the shit, the main guy that was in there that saw the shit, she was high off of drugs, so she was well over her head. So yeah, outside of what Diddy did, not defending that. How that one incident just say he's a complete monster?
Because that incident says you're a monster.
No,
The
it
same way it says
No, that
about
doesn't.
Ray Rice.
No, that
the same
doesn't.
way it says that you're a monster.
I don't call nobody a monster. I don't call nobody a monster if it happened one time. I don't do that. If you got,
So if you kill somebody,
wait a minute,
if
wait
you
a
kill
minute.
somebody
If
one
you
time,
have,
are you a killer?
No, you still not.
But don't push him.
You still not. There's always there's always a cause and effect why somebody do something.
Regardless of its cause and effect,
It
it's
is.
still what you did.
You cannot, if a person never done it before and they done it at one time, there's a reason why it happened. A person just don't just
So
snap.
If you fuck a dude one time, are you gay?
Possibly is, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So is it are you
Possibly
gay or
is.
you? So if I see you, so one
You
time,
have tendencies.
one time will sway what I believe.
No, we not, because if somebody outside of that, if somebody sits here and all right, somebody we can use stay on track. We talking about somebody beat a woman, right? But he has plenty of other people that been around him that knows him his whole entire life and swear to whatever. That's not the guy I know. That's not the guy I know. So if you know somebody for their whole entire life and one time, one incident, he done something, it's not good, that makes him a monster? No, it don't.
He beat up Cassie more than once.
I'm trying to sit here and listen and wait.
They testified multiple times.
But on top of that, though, like
everybody that had
just
immunity.
on top of that, Cassie can't be with like a buck and some change, and I mean like a little bit of change. The way he drugged that girl, and you know, if this is what we're talking about, he's not a monster. Why not just sling her over your shoulder if that's the case?
Yeah.
Why not just grab her hand or her wrist?
Yeah.
He drugged that girl back by her hair, bruh.
In a towel.
You can't.
Thank you. You hold another towel. You hold the towel up.
In a towel.
See, even Diddy high on pink cocaine had more sense than that nigga at Atlantic Avenue.
In a towel.
I can't.
We're not going to defend. We're not going to defend.
I can't defend that.
I ain't defending what? I'm just saying. No, what I'm saying is you're labeling somebody that have, in my eyes, I seen it once. I'm not. If there's not a track record, meaning other victims saying this man done this shit. I'm not saying somebody do something one time.
You know, one of the oldest sayings in the world.
I'm not doing that.
Actions speak louder than words.
So deep. Okay then. What you got in trouble in the past, right? That's who you are right now. Whatever they labeled you,
I still have.
The question I'm asking you. The question I'm
I still have those same thoughts and tendencies. Now, am I going to act on them now that I'm older and more mature? No.
The question I ask you are, whatever they labeled you when you got in trouble when you was younger, are you that? Are you that label?
From when I was younger?
Now? Yeah.
You talking in my teenage years or in my 30s? Because I know this nigga was like in his late 20s or 30s when he was still doing that.
Because if you're saying one time is all it takes for you, right? So what I'm saying is anything that you done in your whole entire life that you got in trouble for, one time, are you that label now? Are you that label right now?
If you expect,
if the police caught me and said certain things, they would label me that.
With that one time.
They would label me that because I have things that's following me now from forever from that.
With that one time.
So what I'm saying is, are you still consider what they labeled you?
Me personally, I don't go off of labels anyway though. Like I don't give a fuck what somebody labels me or thinks of me as. I'm just saying in general.
I get you, but I'm just saying. Let me pose a question to you since Branson, since you said all it takes is one time for you to say he's a monster. So whatever you got in trouble for, small or big, and you don't do it no more, are you that same label that they labeled you when you did it? Today.
Okay, let's take this into account. How long ago was that tape? How long ago was that tape with Cash?
About 6 years ago.
Stop.
About
the
6
tape
years.
where he beat up Cash.
About 6 years ago.
Oh, that's over 7 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Limitations expired.
So you're telling me that he changed that night after he beat her like that? Like that was the last time he probably beat somebody like that?
Because once I hit my
I don't believe that.
I'll say once I hit my late 20s, early 30s, my whole thought process changed on life.
Right. This man well in his 50s, 60s.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
So you're still saying he's still doing that. You said one time.
I would say so.
Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you. Would you ever got in trouble for? You still that label now? You did it one time. Are you still doing that now?
That's what happens when you do something one time.
Yes or no
the label
question.
always going to follow you.
Okay, so you agree with your label. So do you
Regardless
agree with your label that you are labeled
label is or not, I have to turn myself around. He hasn't made any efforts to turn that around.
How? And everything that they're charging him is old. There's not new. It's old. We're talking about almost a decade old worth of shit here.
Regardless of what.
It doesn't matter. Dude,
regardless of what.
What was I doing? Hold on, let me think.
10 years ago.
10 years
Come
ago.
Come on, bro. Are you listen to what you're saying?
And hold on, I want to make sure I'm understanding you clearly. Just to put something in perspective. Once I had children, a lot of them old thoughts disappeared. So whatever you wanted to label me as or whatever, none of that shit mattered to me. Because once I had kids, that whole lifestyle changed.
And on top of that, I'm gonna say
This nigga got kids.
And
He got daughters.
If you hit a woman once like that, you've
drug her.
You've done this before, and will do this again.
Like
That's
that
not
is
necessarily true.
If
both of them high off of drugs,
now that's fact. That
if
is
both
not
of them
necessarily
high off
true.
drugs,
But
that's a whole
once you've
different ball
done
game,
something
bro.
like that, my nigga,
I get what you're saying.
like that.
But you have a male escort that was in the room when the whole shit started.
He didn't drag her and
No,
back into the room by her hair.
If y'all go sit
down
here,
the hallway.
see, this is what y'all you're gonna point out people who testifying.
No,
saying,
I'm not. I'm just pointing out what I
pointing out
saw.
what I
I get what you
Not
saying.
any facts or
No.
anything. Any
Okay,
of
so
the
what
story or the
leading
backdrop
up to
that
what
led to it.
happened, no,
none
You
of
had
about
that. That
what
is
I
important.
saw.
That's
How?
important.
It's
Though.
not.
It is important.
Okay, so he was
It's a
so
cause and
he
effect.
was so enraged that this big ass man had to manhandle
Yeah,
this
he's
woman.
big, but go ahead.
Boy, stop.
No.
Diddy
No.
not big.
Cassie?
You tell like I'm saying.
Diddy's
You're
not
telling me
big,
this
bro.
man,
Compared
this
to Cassie.
grown ass man,
Diddy's not
Compared
big.
had to
to Cassie.
manhandle
Diddy's not
a
big.
woman. See, I don't condone domestic violence anyway. Like that's just my. I guess that's just me in
It's
general. Unless you actually hurt me or really hit me. Like that's the only way I'm going to hit a woman back ever.
What I'm saying is,
But drag her and
I get all that. I get all that.
I'll walk
And
away.
See, this is where everybody want to skip past.
I'm not skipping past.
Yes, you
nothing.
are. What I'm
No.
saying is, both of them high as hell.
And
Okay, then, both of them high as hell.
I've done drugs.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of drugs.
Okay. And you're doing something that's out of your mind. The only difference is you ain't had nobody that was bigger than you or whatever physically manhandled you and bring you back in the room because you were just out of your
Like
mind.
But why
said,
would they though?
He ran that
I
girl.
get what you're saying. And I'm not
But hold on.
arguing that.
No,
I'm not even speaking on
Why
that.
would they though?
Listen.
Why would they?
Maybe because you're not listening. You about to get ready to hurt yourself.
So you're gonna
And
You think
you
you're gonna
might- it might just say to save
manhandle
your
me?
ass.
That's
If you sitting here about to get ready,
if the
you might,
only
I'm just giving you
way
an example
that you can
hold on,
keep
listen.
somebody safe is by
Listen to
manhandling
what
them
I'm saying.
in that
You
manner,
asked me a
all you're
question.
doing is making that
No, it's
situation
not.
worse.
No, it's
What the
not.
fuck
If
do
you
mean?
sit here about to get ready, walk out in the middle of the street and somebody had to physically tackle your ass to keep you from getting hit by a car, what's that?
Why they got tackled? Why they can't just hold on to you, bear hug you?
How the fuck can they hold on and bear hug you when it's
What do you
it's
mean?
it's a reaction,
Bear hug,
bro?
pick up.
No, niggas ain't probably
You want an LT a motherfucker,
right
Huh,
to make
like-
sure your ass don't go in the street to get hit.
Why not? Hey, Buddha.
But okay, just.
But let's get back to what I was
just to
asking
keep
you.
the comment-
You just said
When people-
all it takes. Hold on. You just said all it takes is one time for you can label somebody a monster. So what I'm saying to you is
In that type of
okay, anything you done, one time you've been labeled, that's you throughout your rest of your life. right?
Adult life, maybe.
If-
If you
adult
do it
life.
in your adult years, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna follow you in your adult life.
So let me ask you this: then.
Adult years.
You ask anybody,
Not adolescent,
You
not
ask
teenage,
anybody.
kid mind still trying to
But
mature
not-
and all
but
that,
not
you
just
know,
that.
little
You ask
13, 18,
anybody.
even
We've
21.
only seen it one time. It's Puff a woman beater.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Puff a woman beater.
I saw him
like-
drag her ass.
like-
He whooped her ass.
Like,
yeah.
and it's just off of one time. And
Okay.
that's
But
it.
you said he a monster.
Okay, he's
I
a
think he
monster
is.
and a woman beater.
I mean, he's beating women. Or he beat her. He dropped
beat women.
Like I'm saying,
They was beating
just
each other,
if he's
though.
not a monster,
They was beating each other.
there's
though.
other ways you can go about calming
They were
somebody
beating
down
each
and getting out of
other.
situations.
They were beating
Oh yeah, their
each other.
situation was toxic.
They were beating each other. That's all I'm just trying to make sure we say.
Well, that's fine.
They were beating each other. We just saw him we just saw him beat her. That's all. But they were beating each other. And there's been people testifying to that. They've been physically fighting each
That
other.
was just like when I said the lady testified to the 20,000.
So then that means he hasn't been doing it just one time. This is the other time
That he
the
got
other
caught.
time, and this time he got caught on camera.
It's people.
That's what you're saying.
It's people that testify they both have a toxic relationship.
But there's people who also testified that he had beat her on several occasions.
So what I'm saying is, if you're going to acknowledge him beating on her, then you have to acknowledge her beating on him.
Oh, we're not talking
They're
about.
beating on
We
each
already
other.
know
We're
that.
not-
We're
we're
just
not-
talking.
It is. So what I'm just
No,
saying is,
we're just
you're
saying-
giving.
you're
hold
looking
on.
at it from the
How
wrong
is
side
giving
again.
an abuser cover?
Nobody's
and you
giving her
calling
cover.
Somebody else another abuser when they're abusing each other.
Okay, they're both abusers.
Okay,
They're both
let's
monsters
call it
too.
for what
They're
it
both
is
monsters.
and stop putting it all on him. They both abusing each other. That's what a toxic relationship is.
What am I missing?
What you're missing is he said, number one, all it takes is one time for somebody to be a monster. Okay, cool. We can go with that. But what I'm sitting here
But we know
saying-
he did it more than once.
So what I'm saying is this, since we know the full outcome is she's not innocent as people make. She's not a victim.
Nobody's saying she's innocent.
So just like he
Did not start
just
out
like
saying that the person who made out the work in this case
you're still putting the onus
Cassie
on
was
him, saying he's a monster.
Okay,
A
he
monster
is.
beat on somebody defenseless who can't defend themselves back.
She
That's
wasn't
a monster.
defending herself.
Yeah, she wasn't fighting
In
back.
that situation, she wasn't. In that situation, she
So
wasn't.
you just described. You said
No,
that's a
what I'm
monster.
Bro, you
what-
fighting for these women beaters hard.
No,
boy.
I'm not.
I know
It's
Ike
not.
Turner
It's
smiling
not.
down on you. nigga.
Oh, he loved that cake, Eddie, man. He ate that cake,
First
goddamn
of all, it ain't no. What I'm saying is, if you're going to acknowledge that it's a toxic relationship, right?
Yeah.
But you only putting the onus on one person, the only one person that's being physical, which in this case is a male. I'm like, then you're not acknowledging that as a toxic relationship. Because if you are, then both party owns and share the responsibility that they're hitting and beating on each other.
I know how to
we
make it
just
right.
saw him.
Cassie's a monster too.
Yes, she is. She's the biggest monster.
Oh,
Cassie's a monster
She
too.
got the monster.
Well, guess what? She's being sued for that. So how about that? And it's we got text message of her clearly being an aggressor, claiming that she'll kill somebody if they don't do what she
Cassie
said.
deserves what she
Okay,
gets
yeah.
too.
Cassie deserves to
But-
get-
Y'all
I'm
can't
not
say
gonna
you
sit here and
can't say
defend
that
Diddy,
they're in a toxic relationship, but you're gonna put it all on Diddy.
I didn't put
We didn't put it all on Diddy.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not.
You are. When all you
That's what you're
only
hearing,
No,
but that's not what
you're
anybody
saying.
said.
When you only speaking his name and attaching his name to abuse, and they're both abusing each other.
They are, but I can't defend this. I
It's
can't
nothing
defend
to
what you're saying.
defend. All I'm just I'm not.
You're doing
what I'm
you're doing a terrible job doing it.
No, first of all,
You aren't a member of Diddy's defense team.
I don't give a damn. What I'm just saying is you cannot acknowledge that it's a toxic relationship, but then you only put the onus on one person.
Nobody
If
said it
it's
was
toxic,
on.
that means both people are doing it. You just seen one.
But
That's
two
all.
toxic people can do two different things to be toxic. Cheating on somebody is toxic. Beating on somebody
If
is
you're
toxic.
gonna, but if you're going,
Bleeding on somebody
but if you're
is
going to
toxic.
use and make it
bleeding on
convenient for
somebody
yourself
really
and say,
toxic.
well, people testify this. People testify that this is what she does. They got text messages as this is what she does. That's the reason why she got immunity.
The trial
you can't
revealed
skip
she put
past
hands
all
on
that.
Diddy too.
She had just as much as involvement as him.
I know that,
All right, then.
but she's not
Cassie's a
on camera
monster.
hitting Diddy.
Diddy's a monster.
The camera. I'll admit the footage plays a part in the perception.
Did I tell you that?
That's
from the
all.
beginning?
That's all I'm just saying is, but all I'm just saying is you cannot say on one hand, yeah, it's toxic. When we know toxic mean both parties are getting at each other. Any means
It
necessary.
doesn't necessarily have to be physical though. Like, cause I know toxic couples in my life where they will scream, yell, argue, but they're not physically putting hands on each other.
Yeah, like doing petty
But they
shit
are
to each other.
definitely
Yeah,
That's why I had to-
extremely.
But we ain't gonna play stupid like we ain't seen or have any type of knowledge of somebody being physical towards each other. Neither.
Yeah, I mean, but
Okay.
look, like all I said was I didn't come here defending Cassie, and I'm
all
not
right.
going to come here defending Puffy
I
either.
just wanted to clear. I just wanted your explain your point on one time. That's it. You labeled.
Well,
that,
we know it
that's
wasn't more
I
than
got
it wasn't less than one time. It was more than once.
Okay, cool. Well, let's keep it moving because there was some more court bullshit going down with Remy Ma. It looks like there are clips that came out on the internet of Remy Ma involved in a tense courthouse scene, and I do have that clip.
Trying to beat you up too. Trying to beat you up. Come downstairs. You know you in front of the courthouse trying to act like you're tough. Yeah, stop. Yeah, let's go around the corner. Let's go around the corner. Come on, let's go around.
Turn around.
Like your mother's ugly?
Turn around.
Like your mother's ugly?
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Just fake watch.
Yeah, okay. We could test her right now. Right now. Right now, ugly. Everything. Oh, you thought you was gonna see something ugly, bitch. You wasn't. But you wasn't. But you wasn't.
No makeup.
But you wasn't. Same here. You see what's up? Same here. You see what's up? Oh, okay.
Yes.
We just find any
Say
way.
like somebody was holding somebody back and everybody.
We just find any way to embarrass ourselves.
That was embarrassing?
Yeah, that's embarrassing how you're out in public conducting yourselves like two grown women conducting yourselves like that. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Okay.
Maybe you don't see it as embarrassing. I see it as embarrassing.
I just see it as clout chasing. Somebody out here
It's
trying
clout
to
chasing too.
Chasing clout.
Leave Remy alone. Leave her alone.
She already shot one person in the stomach.
Leave Remy alone. But it's embarrassing.
Yeah, so in the footage, as you saw, it was a girl named Jasmine Dior, who is apparently the daughter of the person that Remy Ma's son apparently took the life of in a 2021 shooting that has been linked to Remy's son, Jason Scott, and another man. And
What that got to do with Remy?
well, Remy
It's
was
her son.
yeah.
So what?
It's
What that
her
got to do
Her
with Remy?
son killed.
I know.
Okay.
There's kids out here who do all types of shit
Did Remy
that
make
their
her son
parents
do
have
it?
nothing to do
Remy
with.
had nothing to do with it.
Well, I was going to finish the story. Okay, so basically what happened apparently is this woman who was holding the camera is upset because Remy was there, I guess, for a court date related to her son, and she didn't like some of Remy Ma's reactions as the court was going over the details of what happened. Apparently, with the shooting, the victim, 47-year-old, I want to say Darius Jabot. I hope I got that right. But yeah, apparently they murdered this man on a public street. And while they were going over the case in court, I guess they said Remy Ma was making a few faces that she felt was disrespectful. So once they got outside, that's what happened.
So that's
Old
not
girl
clout
wanted-
chase. They set him off.
Yeah, so old girl wanted to fight Remy Ma just because I guess she didn't like the faces Remy Ma was making and the
but
gestures. and
Remy is
stuff.
there in support of who?
Her son.
So
Which
I
her
mean,
son is
her
accused of
murderous
killing.
son.
that's
Right.
cool, but she's nevertheless there to support her son.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
not there to support the victim's family.
Well,
She's just there to support
if you
her
are
son.
a victim and you see the person whose mom unalived their loved one, and she's making some type of what can be deemed disrespectful, you know they mad, so any little thing can set them off. I mean, you can't expect nobody to react in a positive way. Somebody unalived they loved one, and he got something to do with it.
Yeah, you could take it out on Remy Ma. I mean, she
And
raised the
then
killer.
she was in prison when that happened. So how she gonna even comment and say nothing didn't even happen? That's another thing.
Yeah, so the victim.
It doesn't
is-
matter what my child does, nigga. I'm pulling up.
We got you, but if a victim sees what you're doing, might be deemed disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? They gonna react a certain way, and that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this was a very negative. I wonder I'm curious to know if they did fight, who would have won. You think Remy would have won? She would have thought old girl was Clarissa Shields.
Nah.
I know she don't want no. I know
She don't want that
this
smoke.
with shit.
Yeah, she accused Remy
It
of
sounds good, but she don't want that smoke.
She accused Remy of lacking compassion and being dismissive throughout the court proceedings. Yeah, so that's why old girl was mad. So she spoke out after the murder.
So that's
I mean,
what she
after the
perceived from Remy Ma's facial expressions.
incident. Yeah. I would have felt some sort of way too. Like, girl, you raised a killer. I ain't got a father. All because you wanted to be outside. Okay. Well, let's keep it moving. Let's get into some positive news. I heard Dave Chappelle roasted DJ Khaled. This wasn't the positive news, but yeah. I was about to jump to a story, and then I was like, nah, this could get some views. Yeah, so DJ Khaled was roasted by Dave Chappelle.
Oh my god!
And Dave got at him because he was a little bit upset at DJ Khaled's silence over what's happening in Palestine.
In Gaza.
Yeah, in Gaza. And Dave Chappelle, DJ Khaled is probably the world's most famous
Palestinian.
Palestinian. And Dave Chappelle was out here in Abu Dhabi at a comedy festival. He came out and the audience members shouted out Khaled's name. And I guess that's what set Dave off because I don't think this was pre-planned material. So while Dave came to the stage, somebody shouted out DJ Khaled, and that just caused Dave to go off the cuff. He said, let me tell you something. For a Palestinian, this man is awfully quiet right now. And as a Palestinian, how could you be that quiet right now? And why are you so fat? People are starving. He's the only fat Palestinian on earth right now. So that was Chappelle. So, yeah, he touched on that. And I guess it's circulating about what he said. And people agree with Dave. Some are disagreeing with him.
It is. He protecting his bag.
Yeah. Well, that's why a lot of people are upset with Khaled because he hasn't spoke up for his people because I guess he's too busy trying to make that money. But, I mean, I'm not surprised. That seems like the type
trying
of
to keep
person
that bag
Khaled
secure.
is.
Shit, he was supposed to drop an album until Drake shut that shit down.
Yeah. So,
That's crazy that Drake, like, that's the only, like, all these people you were quote unquote
Right,
good
yeah,
with,
the song that
Drake
Drake-
say he ain't doing it, and now that now the
You ain't-
project over.
You ain't hear nothing. He mentioned about that shit. You ain't hear once Drake put out his little tweet, whatever the case. You ain't hear nothing.
Khaled over.
He ain't hear nothing about DJ Khaled say anything about that damn album coming out.
See but that's from the beef. All that the beef that happened. Now Rick Ross, I don't know where because him and Khaled are cool. Why you ain't do a project with Ross and them?
He
That's
do
your
a
guy.
Project with anybody on this fucking planet.
Yeah, but Drake said he wasn't doing it and he
That
stopped
was
it. Okay, that says a lot.
He shelved that shit.
That says a lot.
Look, I forgot about it until we started talking about it. I was like, wait a minute. This nigga was he was pumping like, yeah, we about to drop another weed
You
album.
could get any other, like you say,
Drake said, nope.
any other rapper, any other Future, any of them.
Kendrick.
Any of them. But Drake said no, and you were like, oh, that's enough of this then.
Right. You put that shit up.
cool. Well, hopefully Khaled says something and speaks up for
Damn,
folks.
Khaled, you need to stop tripping, man, because
He
you
ain't gonna-
Khaled ain't gonna say
You
nothing.
ain't saying
He
nothing.
ain't
He ain't gonna say nothing. He ain't ever said nothing. He ain't gonna say nothing now.
He ain't
Yeah.
gonna lose that money.
Yeah. Well, we're going to keep it moving because Bone Thugs and Harmony was in the news this week because they're getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It was announced Wednesday. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce announced the latest rounds of celebrities getting stars, and Bone Thugs and Harmony is one of them. In addition to that, Miley Cyrus, the Clark sisters, and Shaquille O'Neal. But more importantly, Keith David is getting a star. And I was excited to hear that.
Well deserved.
Keith David
Yes,
is
sir.
an effing legend in so many movies and voiceover works.
Good.
I, of course, remember him the most from They Live and The Thing, because those are my favorite horror movies. And not only the nigga threw hands with Roddy Piper,
Yeah.
and won.
And They
It was a
Live,
tie.
yeah.
It was a tie. Keith David said, I got so tired of whooping your ass, I'll put these sunglasses on to see the subliminal signs. So I'm happy Keith David got
He
that.
deserves it.
Yeah, and they showed a little clip of him reacting to it. He got emotional when he found out because I guess his family went behind his back and arranged it, and they made him sit there and watch it.
Well, he
record his
didn't think
action.
he would. He didn't think he was going to get it. That
Which is
was
crazy. That's crazy that he hasn't had one already. He should have got one in the damn 90s
Right.
before, just off his 80s work. But hey,
That's why that video was so dope because he didn't think he was going to get it and he was just surprised. But he, like you say, it's long overdue. Like I think the Bone is long overdue. Like people get honored so late in life. Don't start. Bone is long overdue.
Old hip hop thoughts.
Not even that though, nigga. Like Bone is definitely well deserved.
Bone is long overdue. Bone is the Migos before Migos.
Whether you like them or not.
Whoa,
You like them
whoa.
or not.
Bone was Migos before Migos.
Let's not go too far, Brandon.
I'm just calling it what it is.
what, the Migos?
Bone was Migos before Migos.
Yeah. I can go with that.
Just group settings in general, yo. It was a group. It was a dope group. They put in a lot of work. They put a whole
and
lot
they had
of
a
work.
time,
They
like they had a real time, like
They
the
definitely
first
had
of
a
the month. People don't understand how big that song was. That song
That's
was
the drug
huge.
dealer
One of
thing.
the few acts that have tracks with Biggie and Pop. Like,
They're the only act that had the track with Biggie and Pop.
Yep.
Well, organically. Now you got people doing it with
Post
yeah,
and stuff
but
like
no,
that.
they were the only organic group that actually recorded the track both with Biggie
So
and
Bone
Pop.
definitely deserves it.
Yeah, they're a bridge.
For the love of money, boy, when they dropped, and that's what the younger generation doesn't understand.
That Midwest sound,
Y'all weren't
boy.
here for when that actually took place.
See, and this is another thing about, and what I
Ohio?
love about our generation, the difference between our generation and this current generation. We actually captured the moment. Like, we didn't have the phone. We didn't need it. And probably didn't want it at that time. But you actually got to live and experience what that energy was really like. You ain't have to worry about getting the proper angle and capturing for somebody later to watch. But like, nah, you were just in there enjoying that experience show. That energy will never be captured again.
Cool. In addition to that, shout out to Bone, of course. Drake. Drake released his new his new track
I heard
at
it.
midnight on July 5th, which means today, basically. And it's called "What Did I Miss?" And it's about him being betrayed and bitching and moaning on every track. He said,
Typical Drake.
You niggas just better not ask me for no favors. It's
He
love
ain't
for my
lying,
brothers
though.
and
I mean-
death to a traitor.
Is he wrong?
He ain't lying. Let's be honest. Drake is not lying.
No more Drake stimulus plans.
First, what do you think of the track, Branson?
It's all right.
Booty.
It's not the bop I would. It's not the track I was expecting from
That
Drake.
shit
But
was,
it's not whack. It's just truthful.
Just truthful.
It's just truthful. All the dudes that you thought were running with you, when it came down to it, backed out on you. And if you think they're doing Drake like this, I hate to say it. Wait till Cole drop.
If you got a whole, if
Wait
you
till
got,
Cole
if you
drop.
got a whole bunch of dudes speaking the same thing, would that make Drake? If anything, if the whole rap industry is speaking the same shit about Drake, would that make Drake?
What are they saying about Drake?
Vulture culture.
Culture vulture.
Culture vulture. Yeah.
He wasn't really a culture vulture when you were eating off of
Who's
him.
saying that?
Say what?
He wasn't a culture vulture
Oh,
when
the
they
whole
were eating off of
ATL
him.
scene. Well, that's why it all started, right? Off of Future shit, right?
No,
That's how it all started.
I don't
Drake
believe.
was out before Future.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
started
is
Drake
how the
seeing
whole
him.
beef and Kendrick and shit. How it all started.
Oh, with
Who
Drake
said?
seeing him
Who was
first person
Kendrick? Kendrick said, "I'm just saying what the culture is what the culture's saying." So who the culture? Everybody in the ATL scene. Everybody was when he detailed every artist down in ATL saying what they were saying.
Like I said, it wasn't much of a culture
And
vulture when people
where
were.
did Drake relocate now? He in Houston, right? He in Texas, right? He want to take that scene. He want to snatch that shit up.
He's always been his original.
Houston,
idea.
Atlanta, Vegas. It was Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. It's always been that.
his vibe.
Hey, so again, if we all in the game and we got a whole bunch of niggas saying the same shit about the dude, I mean, where there's smoke, there must be fire. That's all I'm just saying.
I don't think he's a culture vulture.
I mean, because how is it somebody from the West Coast is speaking on what's going down on the East Coast?
What is it?
That's all I'm just saying. So let's just keep that in mind.
I mean, like I say, Drake just they didn't have a lot to say when Drake was on their songs. They it was all loved in.
The Drake stimulus plan.
Drake was giving dudes hits. And that's kind of what I miss about music now is we don't have that.
What happened?
used to
have
be-
a summer
So
banger
nobody, so
yet.
nobody, so
Like-
nobody didn't give Drake hits.
I'm not saying that
No.
but Drake gave a lot of hits
If you-
out. Like a
in-
lot
in
of
that
people.
context-
My favorite person to bring up is it Block Boy J?
Yeah.
That's my favorite artist to bring up when we start talking about Drake because what? He ain't do nothing, but he surely made him. It's not Drake was providing a stimulus package for dudes. He really was. Whether people like to admit it or not.
I mean, Black Boy got a couple of tracks.
I mean, y'all act like Drake. Y'all act
Black
like
Boy.
Drake he's the king of hip hop, some shit
He got
like
a
that.
couple.
Nobody said he was the king of hip hop.
Okay, so
but we're not going to take away his relevancy from hip hop either.
So if Drake don't do another damn feature with no more damn hip hop artists,
Hip hop will be a sad place.
No, it won't. That shit was going on
now-
before his
right
ass.
now, hip-hop
while
seems
his
like
ass
it's
ain't
not-
gonna be going on after his ass.
Like I said, right now, hip hop just mad. It has
They
been
mad?
since him and Kendrick went at it. It's been mad at best.
I agree with you on that because I mean everybody's still simmering down on Kendrick cooking, nigga. That nigga got the whole game sold up right now.
So we let one artist when it was a multitude of artists at one time,
And it's boring now.
it's boring. The game,
Of
is
course,
mad.
because
And
look,
we're
he's
accepting
boring.
it.
again, you talking about we had a global beef. They sucked up everything globally. You feel what I'm saying? First time ever, mind you. So who gonna drop and do anything when Kendrick cooking? The Grammys, all the award shows showed you that shit. He's playing all in the college stadiums and all the way down to high school.
Yeah, but even in the bare essence, like that's still attached to Drake. Like nobody gave a fuck about none of that hocus pocus, lyrical miracle bullshit. until that
Bullshit,
shit
because
started attached to
they
Drake. Nobody
did.
cared. No,
He
nobody
He's
cared.
the only person.
Nobody cared.
He's the only person who got a Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobody cares about it. Nobody talks about it.
No,
Nobody brings
because nobody want to talk about it because they claim that what he got
This
is
is the
conscious
thing.
rap.
Music's not fun no more.
Yeah, that shit is boring.
This
It's all right to
music
fall
is
off on the
not
way.
fun no more. Since after First Person Shooter, and then Kendrick and Drake
it.
went to war. First Person Shooter, that was
my
it.
boy.
After that, music has been mad.
Of course,
since
I
then.
agree with you. Like I said, right now they just letting Kendrick cool off. The nigga hot
Nah,
right
it's been
now.
cool for a while.
I mean, hey,
Been cool for a while.
I'm just
That scissor
saying.
shit- that scissor shit go crazy.
Right,
of course.
exactly.
But other than that,
right.
But
Buddy
and that's
not
what I'm
moving
saying.
nowhere.
Oh shit! This other shit that the nigga got a Gatorade commercial with Pickaboo. Like, come
Now
on,
we
like
be expecting
you still hearing
more
that?
stuff
I don't
from
watch cable
artists that we're
television.
not getting now, like the Rick Ross Drake joint. We're not getting that no more. Probably
about to give us a
those
little
collabs and stuff that we used to get, like that. Don't stop. Khaled, the perfect one that we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Khaled used to give us, ain't getting that no more.
I'm just saying, y'all acting like Drake. If Drake, he just stopping everything that's going. Like,
But
no,
since it's been
he been on
hasn't
tour
been
and ain't
stopped.
nobody talking about it. See what I'm saying? So what we talking about?
his tour
He been
ended.
on tour the whole summer. Ain't
No.
nobody talking about
But you
it.
know who is on tour that no one's talking about? Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, they talking about him.
Yeah, he sold out, didn't he?
They talking about him.
That was it,
Everywhere he
Sold
go,
out
all his
show.
concerts sold
Everywhere
out.
we go.
And that him and SZA
Based
song
off
we
of
just
what,
talked
though?
about it.
But-
That shit
But based off
burn-
what though?
But like
Drake's
I told,
success.
But like I told you,
How is Drake
you
success?
taking-
Kendrick
you-
has
you-
success too
you
on his
taking-
own.
You. This is the effects of this battle. I told y'all. When
I
it happened,
get-
that
I
the
agree with
effects of
you.
the battle
I
were gonna
agree
be-
with you.
And now the music we get, which is, nah,
Right.
You can't say like you've been like hyped.
Cause that Drake
The hottest
joint,
song
that Drake joint was man.
The hottest song is "Boots on the Ground." That says a lot.
Really?
Shout out Carolina.
The hottest song is "Boots on the Ground." That says a
Well,
lot.
remember the Clips album comes out
Next
Friday.
week, yeah. But
tough.
that's
Sadie
still
Superman.
that's still coming out as of right now. Man, man, the whole music scene's been man, and it's the cause of this beef.
Right.
I can't get into Boots on the Ground. It's not for me.
It's not for me either.
It's no lyrical content.
I'm definitely not a line dancer.
Right.
No, and they turned this step is they turned these.
I'm a
in the-
line stepper.
in the gangs.
Old generation, bro.
Nah,
Y'all niggas trying to hold up a wall.
they done turned these into gangs now. It's all types of steppers groups out here now.
Yeah, boy.
They had a,
What step you from?
They had a contest downtown.
Look, it's
downtown.
all type of stepper group now. Not hating if that's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. You know, have
Salute all
fun,
the
enjoy
big
it.
steppers.
Like they said, stay fresh. Stay fresh. Make sure
Don't
you
be-
fresh.
Don't be funky now.
Don't be funky, but and enjoy it. But that's just not my type of hype.
Yeah, I can't.
I mean, I agree with you. Like I said, the beef sucked up. It sucked up all the energy.
It sucked up a lot
Sucked
of
up all
his
his-
hip hop energy.
I don't think so.
We haven't heard nothing since everything been going on with them.
On Twitter, it's a different vibe. Like we listen to like new music all the time. Like, you know what I mean?
What?
It's
Who?
Conversations. Corday just dropped a project.
Who?
Didn't even
Corday
hear
just dropped
about
a
it.
project.
Oh yeah, he dropped a mixtape. Didn't
That's what I'm
Jid
saying,
drop
but I also
something?
feel like it's due to like what's your outlets? Like where are you going?
True, I feel
For,
that.
well, not even music, just for your content in general. Like,
I still
But
visit
I'm just
message
saying,
boards.
as a hip hop fan, I can see like music is like kind of just taking a little hit.
It has. I mean, I would say
I'ma
hit.
see
It just slowed down.
I'ma see
No, it
some
took a hit because of the industry.
Nah, for sure.
People can't live
It
off
depends on
streaming.
what you're looking for.
People can't live off streaming money, so they stop.
Right now, I'm heavy in Texas.
Heavy
in Texas right now, dog.
I
sauce.
think Texas is cooling off
Not just
now.
you know what I fucks
They
with?
were blazing hot last
Texas
year and
been hot.
shit.
Big
Texas
Yavo.
trying to survive.
I fuck with
right
Big
now.
Yavo.
I think they
But
cooling
of course,
off right now.
You know, Sauce, my guy. Like I rock with Sauce.
I like Big Yavo. Big Yavo is growing
you
on.
know, I'll say this about Drake. Drake introduced me to a lot of acts that I hadn't heard before. Like Drake, he did. But the one artist
Block
that
Boy?
has introduced me to the most acts, Westside. Westside introduced me to so many different acts.
Oh yeah,
Westside introduced me to so many different
and
acts.
Benny the Butcher dropped that song.
They taught me about Boldy. I didn't know who Boldy was.
No, I knew Boldy on my own.
I didn't know Boldy. I didn't know.
I remember my first chemistry
he introduced
set.
me to Sauce with the Houston Rockets Lakers track. Like Westside's
That
introduced
nigga got
me
a Carolina Panthers track that's hot too, dog.
who
So,
Sauce. Oh, I got to check it.
bruh, like Sauce is dope.
Who's he on the track
Like
with?
no, it's Sauce.
Carolina Panthers.
Ooh,
Okay, I'm gonna check it. All right.
Cool. Let's move on. Complex release the
304
best
Bounty
hip hop duos of all time, and it's invalidated because Nice and Smooth ain't on there. So
I mean, I respect the list. I just
I don't.
you
What's
throwing
that, top
this
10?
25 or what's
22.
22.
I thought it was 22, but you had the
Yeah.
City Girls up there, and not Nice and Smooth.
Ooh.
That's disrespectful.
You had the City Girls up there, and not Nice
Oh,
and Smooth. And
man,
that pissed me.
that
that's
kind of got me.
disrespectful.
That
Nice and
That's
smooth.
disrespectful.
Nice and smooth.
Nice
You don't
and
know about
smooth
my-
is
my-
fun.
You ain't that young.
Also
Not that
hip
young.
hop.
I believe the
junkie.
top
Not that
two
young.
groups were Outkast
Outkast
number
and
one,
Gang and
Mobb Deep's number 2,
and Gangstar.
and Gangstar was number 3.
Where
I ain't got no
Tribe
problem
at?
with none. I ain't got no
Tribe
problem.
ain't a duo.
Oh, duo.
I ain't got no problem with that
No,
three.
I was good with the list. Like
I
you
didn't
know,
like
The
Nice
City
and
Girl,
Smooth ain't on
City
City
Girl.
Girls.
That's a slap in the face.
Yeah, City
because
Girl.
who wasn't up there? Helter Skelter wasn't on.
What?
They weren't. Helter Skelter was.
Well, it's
not
only
on the list.
22 now.
It
so.
doesn't matter,
But City
nigga.
Girls is up there. That's where
I
the
mean, if you
disrespect
take
comes
City
in.
Girls out and put Nice and Smooth in, if Helter Skelter out, who you taking off that list?
There's a ton of.
Give me y'all got this.
As soon as you pull
I
up
ain't
the
gonna
list.
go
That's
through
a
the
Young
whole
Thug and
list.
Chris
Just
Brown.
give me 10.
Goodbye.
Okay, we're gonna.
Dave
bring-
Loaf and Jacquees. Goodbye.
I don't think this is the list.
Oh, Tupac and Danny Boy.
I don't think this is the list.
That can't be the list.
No.
I know that's.
Did
not
we
the
put the
list.
list in the chat?
Yeah, it should be in the chat.
Looking over this nigga's shoulder like. I'll show your phone out this guy.
All right, so the list, we'll do the top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10 was 10 at Dead Prez, 9 is Clips, 8 is EPMD, 7 is MOP, 6 is 8 Ball and MJG, 5 Eric B and Rakim, 4 UGK, 3 Gangstar, and like we said, Mobb Deep.
Hey, that's a
Outkast
that's a
number
tough ass top 10.
Oh,
right?
Helter Skelter was up there. I'm sorry, they were 18.
Okay.
right above City Girls. City Girls was 19.
City Girls.
Yeah, in
should
fact,
not
Black
be-
Sheep was ranked bottom
Black,
of
I
the
was about to
list.
say, where the fuck is Black Sheep?
They're at the
Look,
number 22.
The Dog Pound was behind City Girls.
City Girls.
DPG?
The Dog
City
Pound.
Girls should not be on that
Why
list.
I was about to say, why is City Girls even up there?
Right. They shouldn't even
Because
be
they're a
up there.
legendary duo.
Little Brother.
They should have had
wasn't
Salt and
even on
Pepper
the
if
list.
anybody.
Well, Little Brother is
Little Brother's
considered a
a
trio.
trio.
That's a trio.
Trio.
Yeah, true.
Even though they're a duo,
Oh,
they're
I guess Salt and
they're
Pepper's a trio.
considered.
Salt and Pepper. Run DMC wasn't on the list.
Salt and Pepper's a trio.
Yeah, it's been Run DMC, Jam Master
The
Jay.
clip
Trio.
should be higher on this list.
They should have had Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff higher.
Yeah. Where they got them?
They got him at number 13.
Yeah, they could be
Where
top
you
10.
put them at?
Okay, well, the Beat Nuts are after them, and so is Black Star.
Camp Low.
Yeah.
How you putting them above? I can say
Camp Low is up there.
Yeah, Camp Low.
Camp Low. Wait, Camp Low was tight.
Geechee,
hold on.
I know Geechee.
Hold on.
I know Geechee Sway.
I like
produced
Camp Low
for Camp
a lot,
Low.
but I could put Nice and Smooth in Camp Low spot, and I wouldn't think twice about it.
God damn. Why you got to shit on
Why-
like the
why-
one group we
why-
cool
why
with?
we do it? Why we-
No. We can definitely move City.
And Helter Skelter is number
Anybody can play
18.
City Girl.
So so the list I had no problem. City Girls is the only thing that shouldn't be up there.
They're a legendary group.
No, they're not.
City Girls.
No, they're not.
I've got so much yeeks. I've gotten so much yeeks just by knowing a verse or two. It is what it is.
City Girls always make these
Helter
lists.
Helter Skelter was
I
on.
corrected it.
I've been away
but
doing
they were
things.
right before City Girls.
Yeah.
I've been away doing things, and all I'm saying is
City
the
Girls
City
that
Girls
came
are
through
it.
for you.
Yes,
So
sir.
Smith and Wesson ain't up there.
Who?
No.
Smith and Wesson is
Did you
not
say
up there.
who?
You guys
Wesson
gotta
did
stop.
not make it.
What?
He said
Hip
who?
hop, you know these young. You know
Wait a
that's
minute.
why.
Look.
That's why talking hip hop with the mayor.
Oh, I
is
forgot who,
different.
his favorite artist is. Nigga, I forgot.
Who his
I
favorite
forgot.
artist?
No, we're not doing that today. We're gonna say that if y'all want to converse about that later.
One of the
Hey man, we're not
most
doing that today.
lyrical guys of all time, man.
All right, what's the next topic, B-Dub?
This one even wilder.
Mr. Collie Park says Yin Yang Twins are equivalent to Outkast. And let me load up that clip.
If the only group y'all can come up with is Outkast, that proves my point. Why isn't the Yin Yang Twins mentioned when we talking about historical hip hop acts or groups? The only group y'all keep saying is Outkast, and I'll argue with the younger generation, that demographic, that Yin Yang Twins is probably a little more relevant with the younger demo. What I mean by catalog, not superstar. Ain't nobody bigger than Andre. Ain't even Big Boy. Love Big Boy and Andre. But if nobody's standing in the room where the songs are being played, Yin Yang Twins and who? I can name a bunch of groups that I love. This is no disrespect to nobody. I'm just posing the question. If the only group, I got another group, I think 3-6 should be up in there. But if only group y'all can come up with is Outkast, this is out of every group. Why aren't they ever mentioned? Because y'all know every weekend when y'all go to the club, y'all hearing Yin Yang. You're not hearing everybody's songs every week. You're not hearing it. I know for a fact, I'm a DJ. So let's continue having this conversation.
I was about to, but then I kind of see where you're coming from.
What's he coming? Where is he
Because
coming?
I could possibly put Yin Yang on that duo list that we just
They
dropped.
should
They didn't
be
give
up
him
there.
complex, didn't
Hold on, hold on,
That's
hold on,
what-
hold on,
It
hold on.
should be up there.
So, from what he's saying, Yin Yang ain't lyrical. That's the one thing. But other than that, I would completely agree. Because Yin Yang, as far as what I know and what I've been through, like I've been telling y'all for years, no matter what venue you go into, no matter what club at any time,
They got a song going.
they have a song.
Yeah.
Define lyrical.
They're not Outkast.
They're not out here pushing bars.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're not
It's a-
lyrical.
it's
though.
a- it's a-
If
it's
you're-
a-
If you're succeeding in the genre that you're preaching about, to me that's lyrical.
No.
It doesn't require you to do anything.
They're doing what is like a energy type of.
They're making
music.
party music.
It's party music.
they're
It's
making party
music.
It's,
lyrics.
it's the old school like.
I'm not knocking the party music aspect of it. No.
It's just different.
But
Like
when it comes to
you
different
have,
groups.
okay, so put it like this.
Like who's lyrical? Like Nas?
No, stop. Jid. Jid is lyrical.
Is
Jid
Jid
has
lyric-
bars.
is Jid not
Is he
lyrical?
not? Yes or no?
I know you don't want to say it. I know you don't
know
want
who
to
that
say
is.
it.
So if you put Jid next to Yin Yang, and we're talking about actual bars, not just party tracks.
but that's
No.
Talking about
But that's
pussy,
what they're saying.
busting it down with $1 bill.
But that's what they're
That's
saying.
bars to me. I live that. That's life.
Hold on. Come here, Dad. Come here, little mommy.
Yeah, that's
Let me whisper. Yeah.
life. I played that recently.
And nobody saying that's not life. Nobody saying that's not life, but that is a
That's-
party track. That's
Like
a
I
club
said,
track. That's an anthem.
I would put
That is not. You're not
talking about
putting
apples
on-
and oranges
You're not
right
going
here
to put
now.
on Jid before you put on Yin Yang in a club.
I would put them on the list we just did, the 22.
But
they
as far
deserve
as
to be
like
on that.
notable,
deserve to be on
acknowledgeable, have been doing their thing.
Who you taking on putting them up there?
City girls.
I'll take off them 2 girls.
City girls. L Trim too. Yeah,
I didn't even know who they were. I saw this list and said, "Who is L Trim?" I'm familiar with hip hop.
But Yin Gang Twins have enough hits that they could be on that list.
Certified.
And I couldn't say
to this day.
it.
Like, and they still, and that's the main thing people don't understand. They still play these niggas in damn every venue you go to this day.
But when you line them up against Outkast,
it's entirely different. They're not even the same.
They're not even the same realm.
Collie Park said that.
Mr. Collie Park.
I would have never associated Yin Yang with Outkast.
He's. I know he's provoking conversation, but it's not even a conversation because the catalogs is night and day.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying Yin Yang don't have no hits. They got
is hits.
They got hits, but they don't have
posse.
They don't have classic albums.
They don't have a song that doesn't talk about sex.
Right.
Like I said, they make energy music and they know what they're doing.
Lyrical.
They know their audience.
Yeah,
they know their audience
every time.
Yep. They ain't lyrically versatile at all.
Oh, they're
lyrics,
not.
They ain't worried about lyrics and bars.
I know.
No, nigga, give me the right beat. I know what to put. I know what chant to put on there. I know what energy to put
say
up
the
there.
right words.
Yeah.
So we're going to give Yin Yang their credit. They're going to get their credit.
I don't
definitely.
hate Yin Yang at all.
No, I don't hate Yin. I like Yin.
Yeah, Yin Yang gets their credit.
He said Yin Yang and Outkast. Why is it just everybody talk about Outkast?
Because Outkast was an actual hip hop. You know, they were about bars.
And when you talk about Atlanta,
That's the disrespect.
when you talk about Atlanta, you talk about Outkast. When you think of Atlanta, you think of Outkast.
I think of strip clubs.
Outkast.
Yin Yang Twins.
You think of Outkast when you hit Atlanta.
I think of Future with strip clubs
When
before
I think
Yin
of
Yang.
Atlanta, I think of Future. I think of Yin Yang. I think of Lil Baby. Like, I think of a lot of shit. I think of 2 Chainz, honestly.
T.I. Like,
I think I was
it's
gonna
just out
catch
of
it.
control.
So, y'all,
Where's Saquon?
Look, he was like,
This portion of the video has
he
been
got
brought
there.
to you by.
He got there.
Where's Saquon?
Saquon shit on his hat. See, he about to shit on his hat.
Yeah, that's Saquon.
Saquon
He about to shit on them Eagles hat.
I don't know.
Shout out to the Yin Gang Twins though. They get their props for real. I ain't going to shit on
Teen
them.
clubs popping when I was coming up.
Shit, yes, they did. They had every club
I
popping.
saw them like 2 years ago to Fayetteville now, nigga. That shit was dope.
They had every club popping, not just teen clubs. Like they had every club popping.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's keep it moving from Mr. Collie Park to discussing Essence Fest because I heard it was pretty much I heard it was very disappointing. Vendors were pulling out of Essence Fest early. Wow. And there was just a lower turnout than expected, so there was a lot of disappointment. But even sadder than that was the beef going on allegedly between Master P and Mia X, because Master P said at Essence Fest this was his final performance, and he wanted Mia X out there, and she said no. They called they put Mia X on the flyer before he even confirmed it with her. Damn. So when he tried to confirm it with her, she said no. And she went to social media and gave her side of the story, saying that P's people didn't offer her no money, to which P replied, "That's BS." And I got the clip.
What's up, y'all? I've been coaching, but wherever the miscommunication went at, y'all know that I give Mia X whatever she wants. So let's cut that out. I talked to Mia X. I told her to give me a number, whatever the management was talking about. Y'all know how I cut for Mia X. She gonna get whatever she wants. She could perform if she want to. She don't have to. It's a Master P farewell show at Essence. And it's not a No Limit reunion tour because we did that already.
He said, I guess he ain't doing it no more.
Yeah. Well, yeah, P is retiring, I guess.
I guess.
Yes.
But this is my thing. Like, who are you doing shows with? Like, who else was going to be there?
I thought he retired after the last Don.
Because is it just going to be you and Silk the Shocker?
The only other nigga that people want to see is locked up.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
The
just
only
gonna
other
be you
nigga from
and
No
people.
Limit that people wanted to see is locked up because he doesn't know how to control his rages. His
So it would have
urges.
been Master P and Silk the Shocker, greatest hits.
Terrible news.
I'm just saying, who else would have been like? Yeah, you needed me.
And everybody know how I feel about True.
So Mia X said to give details. She said she had been scheduled for months to appear on stage as a feature artist, but that Master P's team was delaying in getting her an official contract and deposit that she didn't have time to put a performance or wardrobe together. And so that was her frustration, and she said she felt disrespected by the lack of the action from Master P's team. So that's why she took to social media to let everybody know she wasn't going to be performing, which led to Master P dropping the video we just saw where he said, you can get it, whatever, just let me know. So this was kind of sad to hear, just because I'm sure the people at Essence Fest would have loved to have seen Mia X and Master P perform together, and it led to this to me, which is I don't really think it's fair, or I don't really think it's right that they beefing, especially if Master P is saying
I'll make it right.
Yeah, but a lot of people have questioned Master P's business acumen in the past, questioning whether he would be capable of pulling off what he says he is. And so that's why there's this little feud going. So I don't know what to think of this, because it's behind the scenes business. Either Master P is handling his business or he's not. And I don't know what to think in this situation. So it's kind of a sad thing to hear, but I guess the show went off as planned, because Essence Fest is done at the moment. Lauryn Hill performed in the final act at Essence Fest.
She performed. She showed up.
Yeah,
Damn.
she showed up
On time?
She was on a
ended
couple
her set
people
right at
parlays.
3 a.m. when she was supposed to, I guess. So that's a good thing to hear.
He was on a couple people parlays on Twitter. They were taking bet.
What are they betting on?
If she was showing up on time, completing the set.
Betting on anything. They'll bet on anything nowadays.
Yeah, so that's sad to hear, but
That's tough.
And Essence Fest used to be that thing.
Yeah,
Like Essence Fest used to be like
happiness and shea butter.
Yeah, there was so many
Essence
beautiful
Fest
women
was
there.
the thing back in the day.
For
You
sure.
could bag a single mom easy there. Yeah. But let's keep it moving. Carnival got new rules, and it got black folks feeling some sort of way. Carnival Cruise has been the subject of many issues, including brawls, assaults, drunken fights, and things like that. So they passed some new laws which people are saying are targeting black people. They said there's going to be a strict enforcement on drugs, marijuana, including cannabis and its derivatives and other illegal substances.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, well, they're basically saying weed is only legal in certain states. So on federal law, which is what Carnival operates on, is still federally illegal. So they are not allowed to have it on their cruise ships. Smoking of any kind is strictly prohibited in most in undesignated areas. But even if marijuana is legal for recreation in your home state, it is illegal under U.S. federal law. So because of that, all forms of cannabis are prohibited.
Guess we won't be going back on Carnival.
Well, I said carnival is for cheap folks anyway.
Yeah. Well, now they also have curfews. Guests 17 and under must be out of public areas by 1 a.m. unless they're being accompanied by an adult from their traveling party, age 21 years or older. They are allowed to be in public areas after 1 a.m. only if they are involved in a supervised club. Apparently, there's a club for 15 to 17-year-olds and a Circle C club for 12 to 14-year-olds. As these youth programs host late-night events that allow teens to be out later under staff supervision. And said you're allowed to do boots on the ground, but you have to leave the fans at home. So it says passengers can enjoy their fans, but for non-battery operated fans, you have to leave those at home.
How you gonna say you can't bring a fan up on a day?
Because they were probably showing out with them damn fans.
Yeah.
You know it's
You know
They
that.
said the dancers loudly clack fans on certain parts of the song, and they say the clacking could cause accidental injury.
They out there talking about your rhythm. Your rhythm is too dangerous for us.
They're chanting. They're sitting there chanting.
You clacking the fucking fans, and they saying don't bring them.
Too much rhythm. That means somebody had to have been injured already by it.
Somebody popped them on the head.
So when that guy say, "Where them fans at?" you be like, "At home, nigga."
Not on the Carnival cruise.
So
That's where.
Now they're also saying no more hip hop. It says there's not an officially announced a ban on hip hop in the clubs, but they are saying they noticed a reduction of the genre in the clubs on the Carnival line cruise. They are also saying that Carnival might be moving towards a more pre-approved song selection for DJs who should reportedly decline passenger requests. And this comes in context of Carnival's effort to address rowdy crowds and disruptive behavior on board. And now another rule they have is that the cruise line always had a 15-drink limit per 24 hours. But now there's a perception that the enforcement has become stricter. Some black cruisers feel this targets groups who tend to purchase their packages and enjoy lively celebrations. And now the final one that's pissing everybody off is no more Bluetooth speakers. Carnival has reinforced rules against guests playing their own music loudly in public areas, including by the pools and hallways. Many black passengers feel this rule is strictly enforced against them. They argue other groups might play different genres of music without facing the same level of scrutiny. And those are the new rules Carnival has put into place. Me personally, I don't give a fuck because I don't do cruises.
Me neither.
Because I don't understand what the point of a cruise is. You get to stay on a boat and do all the same shit you can do on land. I don't understand. Oh, let's go to the club. I'm like, I can go to the club at the crib, and I didn't have to fly to fucking Florida to do it. But so I don't understand the hype about cruises. But do you think these laws are targeting the?
Of course they are
the
because
fan
them
is
niggas,
definitely
them niggas
targeting black people.
Man, I seen all them damn TikTok. Man, you seen them TikTok videos of them niggas acting up on a Carnival cruise? Yeah. Them niggas be wilding out.
And look, is it 15 drinks a lot? I don't know.
Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot.
I didn't want to
get
like
twisted off for 4, let alone 15.
You getting mad because they said 15 is kind of strict. I'm like,
damn, 15? Nigga, how many you need?
Bro, so look, in all honesty, you know I used to do cruises. Me and wife used to cruise all the time.
You did 15 drinks?
Bruh, if you drink 15 drinks in one day, you're an alcoholic.
I'm just checking.
You done after 6.
No,
2, 3 for lunch, 2, 3 for
dinner.
dinner.
Yeah, that's 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3.
That's 6.
Right.
I can find,
you
like
gonna
I said,
find 9 more?
I can find 9 more throughout the day.
So the whole thing about it is.
So that means you drinking about 3 a day.
Hey.
Now you probably get about 7.
Viva la Carnival.
You're probably gonna drink about 6, 7 drinks a day in all honesty. Because you're gonna wake up and
drink.
Yeah,
exactly. I can see that.
You're gonna get some, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna finish your breakfast, you're gonna drink again. Then you're gonna drink again just
at
because.
lunchtime.
Then you're gonna get something to eat, nibble on something, you're gonna drink again. Then you're gonna drink a little more. Then you're gonna take a nap or whatever.
I can see about
then the evening festivities,
about,
you're gonna wake up.
What you about
7 to
10 and under.
That's about 7 right
7.
there, 7, 8. But think about it.
Yeah.
Your body has to still get through all that alcohol.
You gotta drink water or something.
Exactly. And these people don't know about water.
15. You can pass the fuck out.
So I don't have a problem with the 15 drink.
I don't need. Look,
it's not the drink though. It's the speaker. Like the speaker is one. Smoking is one. Like if you can't. How you gonna take away people?
Look, man. Last time I
not worry about the weed, but you gonna take away people's
15.
speakers, nigga. Like, cause we don't listen to everything they listen to. That's the main thing.
That.
That's the main thing. Cause they play. They'll play top 20, top classic.
Casey Kasem
like,
or something like that.
Like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody want to hear this shit. I
That's
want a
keep
boat.
them niggas- that's the key
I
to-
want to hear what I want to hear to keep me calm.
They keeping shit calm and not playing certain shit that excite niggas to do shit.
You know what's funny though? It's not the niggas that be wilding on these boats.
Well, all them shits I be seeing on TikTok, them
Be
niggas.
niggas.
Them niggas be.
I've seen plenty of fights
I
on.
seen plenty of fights. Carnival niggas going to get it. One lady didn't have a ticket. They said you gotta have tickets every time you go on shit. She ain't had a ticket. They told her she had to get off. She ain't want to get off. Damn son on the side, he crying, Mom, won't you get off? Oh, they had to pick her big ass up. They in the Bahamas. This big Bahamian woman picked up big ass. They picked up, she looked about 300. Picked her ass up. Yeah, man. Them niggas be tripping on Carnival. Wow. They call Carnival the hood cruise.
Well,
I believe it.
After you've had 15 drinks, what do you expect them to do?
About the party, you hear me?
So no Carnival cruises for Dub because I don't want to.
Yeah, you missed the good days. If they have to crack down like this, then you missed the good days, dog.
So, yeah, to crack down.
No, I just go on the Norwegian cruise line or something.
Oh fuck no.
What's wrong with Norwegian cruises? Tell me. I've
I
never
ain't
been
going
on a
on no
cruise.
damn cruise. I
Dude,
have no urge to go.
I've been on 3 cruise lines. That Carnival was one of my favorites. Jamrock, I think that was something of the seas. That was my favorite because when I tell you Jamrock is like being in Jamaica as soon as you get on the boat.
And they ain't got no problem with weed, I'm sure.
They have no problem. No problem. Bruh, they have, I don't know what law they're
Look, they're getting ready to get a lot of business now.
That's the only boat I'll ever get back on if that's the case, yo. You know what I mean? Because they're playing everything you want to hear. The vibe is there, the energy, the culture, all that is there. You're not even going to be worried about being
I ain't never heard of Jamrock.
Yeah.
Welcome to Jam. Boy, that thing go down in December.
They about to get right there.
It goes down in December.
Right.
Yeah,
it goes down in December.
They counting their money up right now. Like, we
normally they be booked out a year in advance.
So,
I mean,
that sounds interesting. What about Disney Cruise Lines?
Yeah. I mean, that's child friendly. So
are lit if you have the children. You know what I mean? If you have children, they are 10 out of 10 would double recommend.
Okay.
I'm into like Star Wars and shit. The whole Disney vibe. So
cool. Well, let's go ahead and get into sports because Malik Beasley has been the talk of the NBA this week.
And ain't learned.
Did you see the video when he was playing D on the dude?
It didn't move.
what a dummy.
And then I saw how he was trying to tip the parlays with that last-minute layup. He took coast to coast with only a couple seconds left. But it was found out Malik Beasley owes $8 million to debitors and had wages garnished by his dentist because they're doing an investigation gambling.
Didn't they say he owed his barber like some?
He owed his barber money. He owes everybody money.
He owed his barber like $20,000, some crazy amount of money. Like
damn, Driz.
Niggas,
that's why he throwing them games.
Money.
So far he's made $60 million total in career earnings with a massive contract on the table, but he's managed to find himself in debt. That his dentist was garnering his wages, and this may have led to the bigger scandal. Apparently, they are investigating him on a gambling ring.
I guess when your dentist does start garnishing your wages, like whoa, let's see what's going on here. Like your dentist is garnishing your wages. Yeah, I got it. I got to look into this.
Man, salute Pete Rose, somebody who never gambled against himself, man.
Yeah.
Malik Beasley crazy. If they find out that this man was
he's out the league.
He's cooked.
If they find out that this is true, first of all, he's a goofy.
And he had a $45 million deal on the table.
Yeah, he did.
You're a goofy.
All the way for a couple parlays. Like the crazy
For
thing
some
is,
legs, nigga.
like we were trying to get to where you are. You just threw all that shit away.
And they just had an example of nigga last year in the NBA. Talked about him. He got like
Porter brother.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, with Beasley, it looks like he owes a lot of people money. He owes South River Capital $5.8 million in a judgment they took against him. Now, South River Capital is one of them hustle-ass, it seems like, private companies that lend money to professional athletes. They extend a line of credit to professional athletes in between major contracts that you have to pay them back. Of course, I'm sure they're ripping you off with high interest rates and all that silly stuff.
What vices does this nigga have, yo?
I don't know.
I don't think he got nobody advising him.
Not advising. Vice.
What vices is this nigga?
Gambling.
Pussy.
Gambling is definitely one of them.
Gambling is definitely.
And probably pussy.
Yeah, because he was smashing Larissa Pippen.
He was smashing.
You got you got to be desperate if you are an NBA player. And you smashing your teammate's mom, who's in her 50s. That's pretty pathetic.
Right.
Yeah, so it looks like...
no game.
Yeah, so he does owe, how much was it? He owed $5.8 million. They said he only made one payment to them in the form of $1.3 million. So he owed them the rest. Now, in addition to that, it looks like he owes Hazen Sports Management $650,000 for failure to repay a loan against future marketing revenue. He owed $26,000 to Cairo Cuts, a celebrity barber shop in Milwaukee.
That was it.
Yeah, $21,505 to the Stade, a historic apartment building in Detroit, for failure to pay rent, and $3,500 to his dentist in Minnesota. So, from my understanding, the Stade, that historic hotel building, is owned by Dan Gilbert. I heard. So, in addition to that, he's just racked up a lot of money, and they're saying he's garnishing wages to satisfy the debt, and maybe indicating he didn't have the money necessary on hand to pay these people off. I was watching Gilbert Arenas cover this, and he was saying it may be possible that Malik does have the money, and he just ain't paying people.
Right, he beating him like fuck y'all.
Yeah, he trying to beat him. He
There ain't no way you got
trying to pull the Sean Kingston.
Right, he getting money in the NBA now.
Yeah, because he got paper, or he's had his hand on paper at one time or another. But yeah, it's pretty bad. I think that's ridiculous. Whatever situation you're in, because it has to be gambling. That's the only thing.
And then once they really put their finger on you for sports gambling like that, you're cooked. Like once they like officially eat, they're not going to clear you. They're not going to be like, oh no, he wasn't gambling and stuff like that.
Yeah, he cool for
yeah, like we made a mistake. No, once they finger you for that, you're done.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a wrap on Malik Beasley.
Can he play overseas?
Oh, he's going to have to.
He's going to have to.
There ain't nothing else he can do but play overseas. Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing.
Damn, out the league, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And it's sad because he made good money and he was a decent player. He could have had a full-on career, but once this is said and done, yeah, goodbye, Malik Beasley. We'll see you. We'll see you in China.
Allegedly
in China. Oh no. Allegedly.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rico. You can be like DeMarcus Cousins.
They need somebody to play on that team anyway. They need somebody to fill that spot.
But yeah, in addition to Malik Beasley, it's just been a very full week full of trades and moves in the NBA. The biggest one being Dame Lillard being waived by the Bucks. That was very
dirty.
shocking.
That was dirty.
I was shocked. I did not expect him to give up
LA.
Dame.
He comes to the Lakers.
I can't. Yeah.
Damian Lillard.
He ain't going to be back for 2 years. No,
he ain't gonna be. He'll be back sometime after January and shit.
I don't see him playing next year.
Not unless the team gets to the playoffs.
Yeah, they get deep in playoffs. Yeah, he coming late edition.
The earliest. But yeah, that's going to be something. And they did it because he wanted to rehab around his kids. You see what being a father gets you?
They told him no. That's why.
They said no, man.
They told you no.
That's why.
You don't want me to be a black father?
And asked him that. And he said, fuck them kids. That's
really what they said, too. Fuck them kids.
That's crazy.
I thought that was my line. I was like, no.
But Dame made out because guess what? You still got to pay me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And somebody else going to pay me.
Yep.
So I'm going to get paid. I ain't worried about that. But y'all did some real dirty business.
Yeah.
Real shady business.
I keep thinking Dame is going to end up on the Wizards. We're building a squad, nigga.
We
building a squad. We got a new GM.
If I was Dame.
They're not going to no damn Wizards.
If I was Dame, I'd go back home.
Y'all just got them. They not going to Portland.
I'd go back to Portland. I go back to Portland because I'm probably going to retire soon.
He wanted to win a chip, man. He on that. He on a chip.
What kind of injury he got?
Achilles.
ACL, nigga.
Achilles.
So I don't think a team is really putting stock in Dame like that anymore.
He can come as a mid-level veteran.
Like I say, go back to Portland and get the love you deserve.
He's not going back to court.
Nah, he ain't going back.
He going to a contending team, dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the Celtics, don't they? Well, yeah.
Nah, he ain't going to Celtics.
He damn sure ain't going to Philly.
No, we good. We got more than enough guards.
Y'all ain't good.
We got more than enough.
Biggest wild card. Needs Dame.
The biggest wild card y'all got to deal with Embiid.
The Nets. Yeah, the Nets is one of them places that you go.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see
you watch your mouth when you say something. You go, all right.
I can see it on the Lakers.
Fucking mouth, my guy.
You hyping up the Nets. Like
No, what's crazy is they got rid of Dame to get Miles Turner. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Indiana's window closed without Miles Turner.
Yeah, I think that might be a wrap for them, too.
Yeah, that was about the closest. Unless the season or the off season ain't over. Summer League actually started today, so you don't know what moves Milwaukee or Indiana's going to pull. I think because there are going to be people who want to join Indiana. The Pacers is already.
But there's no bigs out there.
Siakam is the big, and
you want Siakam at your 5?
No.
That's what I'm saying. You
could they get Kuminga? Well, no,
Kuminga already with y'all, or he
no,
might be on the way.
It's in the talk.
Kuminga is still with the.
I would love that,
but that's what I'm saying. So you lost your 5. Pascal,
y'all got Whitmore from Houston.
Yes, DMV native Cam Whitmore will be with the Washington.
Washington been doing some. They've been making some.
I know they're making some big moves. That's why I'm getting excited. We trying to get Kuminga. We already got Cam Whitmore. We got Bilal. We got some good players.
McCullough, Smart,
SARS. They gonna move him to the 5.
Y'all doing? Y'all got a decent.
Y'all are definitely playing.
We got Middleton. We got Banks. We got McCullough.
If everybody stays healthy, y'all are definitely playing game bound. Like
shit, we shooting for the 6th seed. If this gels together, we trying to go past the play-in tournament. And I want to see what Trey Johnson going to do.
I mean, y'all are the Wizards.
Mike
we
Brown,
gotta see.
he's the coach of the Knicks.
You fired Thibodeau for that bullshit.
Yeah,
that's nonsense.
He's an offensive-minded coach. Plus, coach of the year 2 years ago, and he's
won championships.
He won championships as assistant.
Tibbs don't got no championships.
Is that's what you're getting ready to give the fans in New York?
Again, it's the style of play. You know, Tibbs, he played defense. He grind his players out. That's why his 2 main stars was tired through the playoff. He has a short bench. Mike Brown, he plays offense. He's an offensive mind coach.
When they fired Tom Thibodeau, you cannot tell me like Mike Brown is like that's who we want. Like nah, that's not.
I mean, you know they swung for all the big name coaches that everybody told them no. You know what I'm saying? So then now, since the big name coaches that they were seeking was off the table, they had to go for the best candidate. Mike Brown was it.
They wanted Don Stanley.
She ain't leaving.
No, she ain't leaving.
Yeah, so I was looking at the free agency tracker because they've been keeping this up to date. And, of course, LeBron picked up a $52.6 million player option with the Lakers.
His last year with the Lakers.
I agree. James Harden agreed to a 2-year, $81.5 million deal.
Clips.
Yep, Clippers. Kyrie, of course, agreed to a 3-year, $119 with the Mavs. And Julius Randle staying put. Who else?
Ayton.
Yep. Ayton's, of course, signed with the Lakers.
2 years.
Yep. A 2-year deal along with Dorian Finney-Smith leaving the Lakers, going to the Rockets. He said he wanted to taste what a championship tasted like.
They gave him that damn money.
Yeah. And that's pretty much been the major moves. They're still waiting to see what Al Horford's going to do. There's discussion of him possibly going
Warriors.
Yep, the Warriors.
Lakers.
The Lakers. That could be a possibility, too. But those were just the major moves.
If the Lakers get Al Horford, boy, y'all would be old as dirt over there.
Yeah, boy.
LeBron to Al Horford fast break.
Hell yeah, boy. That's the slowest fast break in the history.
He's a stretch 5.
Yeah. Now, I'm not knocking Horford. He's a baller. Like, I do like Al Horford, but
we got the ageless we got the ageless wonders on the team.
He damn sure at the end of his career. Al Horford at the end of his career.
Both of them is.
Mm-hmm. And Cam Johnson
traded to Denver.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
And Michael Porter's gone to the Nets.
I mean, we got Michael Porter, so I ain't tripping.
Well, because he's a better marksman shooter.
He's a better shooter.
He's a better 2-way player. There we go. He played defense too.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this has been so far a very interesting offseason. There have already been some major moves, some major shots.
Still some more moves need to be made.
Yeah, there's going to be some more moves, man. You know what the hard part is? Not wanting to recreate a new player on 2K and redo your career with these changes, because there's going to be some changes next week. I'll be wanting to I want to make a creative player just so I can rub with the Wizards. I'm excited, boy. We got a squad developing. I don't want to hear criticism from a Nets fan. Nigga, DC Sports is coming back. We already revived the Commanders. We're reviving the Wizards. It's going to be a monumentous season for DC Sports.
DC deserves a good year for sports.
We've had shitty years for sports for the past decade.
DC deserves a good year for
we
sports.
We ain't smiled in basketball since the
y'all won a World Series in the last 10 years.
I'm about to say Gilbert.
Days.
Y'all did win a World Series in the last, 10 years?
Yeah. Shout out the Nationals.
Strasburg restored.
And the Capitals won, but it's time for us to win in
we
sports we care about.
You know,
we want
black sports.
Y'all name them chips too now.
But besides that, we also had the WNBA.
Is it fair to say that Caitlin Clark is having a sophomore slump?
I would say so. She's injured. That's
and
she made
she made an all-star team. I mean, practically ain't played the whole season.
Yeah.
And is it fair to say Angel Reese is having a great sophomore season?
Yes, she is.
She is balling.
No, not we. Some of us was clowning her game.
We were.
She ain't step her game up.
Did she step it up?
Yeah, she stepped her game up, dog.
So, that was the point.
She's the fastest one of 500 double-doubles in WNBA history. I mean, she's an all-star, top getter, voter, one of the top voter all-star. Yes, we got one, CC, who having a bad sophomore season, and we got the other, AR, who having a great sophomore season. Now, the records doesn't show, but as an individual and her numbers speaks for itself.
Yeah. So, I think it's been a little obnoxious by the media to be outraged without actually looking at the facts, because that is true. Caitlin Clark's percentages are down in everything. She leads the league in turnovers.
Yep.
And it's by a mile. They said the next person is like 2.5 turnovers less than her, number 2. So she's really, really not handling the ball correctly. She's shooting 31% from three-pointer range, and it's been a pretty bad.
So while we giving out props to Paige
is bust. That's your WNBA Rookie of the Year. She busting ass.
That's why I said Caitlin Clark is about race, because Paige Buckner is somebody. She's white. She's doing it. And nobody mentions her name.
Talk about it.
Paige balling.
She ain't got no arch rival.
She ain't got no black arch rival.
Well, actually, like I said, the arch rival was created based off race. So.
Paige is balling. I can't even front.
Yeah.
Paige done got to the dub and
she
balling.
doing her thing.
Without a black adversary, nobody's going to care what Paige Buckner does, and that's a shame.
Yeah, she doing her thing.
Yeah, Paige should pay a sister on an opposing team to start a fake beef with her just so she can get more media attention. That's going to be interesting to see. But, yeah, I think we've all come to the reality Caitlin Clark isn't who the media wants her to be, at least in the second season. I still think she can hoop, and I'm not holding it against her.
But she ain't the savior of the league.
No, she's not.
What everybody some of her fans try to make her out to be. She's the famous of the league. She and she's leading the league in all the worst statistic categories.
Yeah, so that's interesting to see.
Right.
Yeah, and also some of these trades going on. The funny thing to me about the WNBA is that the players are smashing each other. You have, what was the trade going on between Dejanay Carrington's girl, Alyssa Smith? She was traded to the Aces.
Just traded my girl away.
And everybody's all sad. And I'm just like, this is one of those times where I'm glad
we don't have these
NBA,
problems in the male sport. It's like we don't have these problems.
I don't know. The closest thing I saw was when Katino Mobley left the Rockets with Steve Francis. And Steve Francis was damn near in tears. That was about the closest.
That was his. That was his road.
Right,
Dog.
Dog. Didn't they trade him to the Clippers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was about the closest
Steve
thing
Francis
we've seen to a
and
bromance
Coutinho.
on this level. But they were actually dating. Dejanay. They got to put some sort of clause in the WNBA about players dating each other.
Because you can't work at a regular job, really.
Yeah, most
your partner can't work at the same job as you usually. So I definitely see them needing to institute something for that.
Plus, Dejanay is too fine to be relegated to just women. Is she bisexual? Does a brother at least stand a 50% chance?
I don't know.
Possibly. And on top of that, they traded her away so you could get back on your game.
Right.
They was like, you too worried about your baby.
Worry about your baby.
And
Get
not
on
the
your
ball
game.
game. Yeah.
I don't understand how they operate in those things, but hey, that's interesting. So, are there any other topics y'all want to cover?
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
Now, Nafisa Collier of the Minnesota Lynx, she's part owner. Her and Brianna Stewart are part owners of that league that they have after the summer. Was the Unhinged League? Anyway, it's a league that they play in after the WNBA over. Now, they are president and vice president.
Rival?
Yeah, a rival.
Okay.
And they are president and vice president in the WNBA CBA talks. And someone tried to put out there that those two is not acting in good faith, and they want the league to lock out, because if the league lock out, that means more money for their league rival, which Nafisa came out on X and said she scoffed at the idea of that's what her and Bree is trying to do to create some type of collusion for that to take place. So stay tuned.
Do you agree with it?
I don't. I mean, I can see why somebody would say it, but it doesn't make sense, because even though they have a rival league, but the league is only 1-on-1, 2-on-2.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would, like,
so it's totally different.
Yeah.
So it's not set up like 5-on-5 or anything like that.
That's
so.
like the big three. Like,
exactly,
it's the big three trying to do in the NBA or something
that's
like
all.
that. It's
that's
just,
all. They just creating more avenues for women to play here in the States that don't necessarily have to leave out and go to other countries and play. They can play in that league. So again, they have an opportunity right now to get some of the unique contracts out there before. Like, they about to add 3 more teams to the WNBA. I think they got Detroit. Detroit? Who else?
Cleveland. Yeah.
And it was somebody else. It was 3 of them.
Detroit, Cleveland, and it was Philly.
Yeah, so they got 3 more. They got 3 more teams, WNBA teams coming in. So expansions are happening. Now they got a chance to make sure that they lock in on contracts and guaranteed contracts, et cetera, et cetera. So it makes sense for them to use this as a way. Caitlin Clark's eyes on there and everything to get these women's bigger contracts.
All right, I got a topic real quick. It's quick. Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh yeah, the adult
is reportedly planning to open adult-only arcades and retro games and alcoholic beverages. Gentlemen, are you interested?
They're just stealing from what's the name?
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's.
It sounds like a lazy version of Dave and Buster's.
That's
They're just
all.
taking retro games.
Cheaper.
That's
probably
all.
cheaper.
It better be.
Because they make it. It's
pizza and fucking alcohol.
Right, exactly. The key is alcohol. They make more money off selling alcohol.
These niggas really going to start showing out
That's
at Chuck
all.
E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
They really
They just trying.
Chuck's Arcade.
Right, they're just trying to get a piece what David Buster's got. David Buster's got that whole game by themselves.
Oh.
Chuck E. Cheese got it in the daytime. David Buster's got it at night.
Yeah,
damn, I want to go to Dave and Buster's. I ain't been there in years.
I ain't been there in years too. I need to go there too.
I just want to meet a chick worthy enough to take the Dave and Buster's.
I was just telling somebody that today. You gotta be for me to spend some money on somebody. I gotta like them. If I don't like
that's
you,
gotta be a super.
Yeah, if I don't like you, I ain't spending no damn money on you.
Yeah, I try to get that across to you all the time. Like, we just did this. How much tricking are you willing to do? Remember the question. How much tricking are you willing to do when you go on this date? How much are you getting ready to lay on this young woman, and then you might not at the end of the night?
I'm not. I mean, if I do it, it's because I want to and I like.
Oh,
her.
no doubt.
I'm not. I'm not. 9 times out of 10, I'm not expecting no pussy. Now, if it happens, okay, great. But if I do it,
can I say I'm not expecting? I'm not expecting.
I'm not expecting. I'm not expecting.
I'm hopeful. I'm not
Of
expecting.
course, I mean, of course, you most likely will be hopeful, especially if she come out, she looking good and shit like that.
I need my fingertips at least
I
moistened.
cannot, and I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is me. I can't speak for any other guy here. I have never been on a date and been like, I'm just here, just to make sure you have this great time. Yeah, I'm just here to get to know you and all that. No, I'm definitely.
Wait. What do you mean?
So in other words,
I go on a date to make sure a woman isn't crazy.
In other words, when he dating, if he on a date, he expected some pussy somehow, some way.
I ain't expecting that on the first date.
I'm not saying I'm expecting it,
He's
but
trying to.
Yeah,
maybe like.
Nah,
if I
don't want it on the first
if
date.
I take somebody out,
You don't want it on the first date?
Not really.
So if she give it to you, you're turning it down?
no, I wouldn't turn it down.
So what are you doing?
It's not.
I ain't pressed for it on
in
the
other
first
words,
date.
we're not pressed for it. If it happens,
I want to know this woman.
if it happens naturally,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Is getting pussy on the back of your head?
Not on the first date.
Not on first date, no.
Not on the first date.
I want to get to know her. I want to get to know her. See if I want to continue on taking your ass out.
You know what it is? I just don't want a woman at my house until I get to know her.
Right.
I don't want to know where I live.
She might be crazy and be stalking your shit.
Yeah. Now, if we go to her house, maybe.
Or a hotel room or something like that, that's something different.
Hotel.
Look, what you say now? That's really tricky right now.
That's why I date women that don't have kids. I ain't got to worry about a baby father popping up or nothing like that.
I'm just saying. I mean,
if
I go out and if I'm not expecting it, but
you're
it's
hopeful.
going to happen.
You're hopeful. We're being honest here. I'm not expecting.
I'm not expecting nothing on
I'm not expecting nothing on the first date.
On the first date.
Not expecting, but
if it happens, I ain't gonna turn it down.
I'm not expecting it.
I'm not expecting it though.
This is how I look at it. I took you out because I was attracted to you.
Yeah.
So
I took you out because I was attracted to you and I want to get to know you.
I'm not saying that I want to smash, but I wanted to smash because I'm taking you out. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't take anybody out. So at least, I want you to at least be thinking about, if not this time, I want you to think I'm smashable and you're not just out here, just trying to eat it and slide like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care. I'm going on the first date. I'm meeting you, hoping you ain't crazy. I'm sizing her up.
Right.
I want to see that ass. That's why they think I'm a gentleman.
That's what pretty much it is.
I'm opening the door so you can walk through and I can stare at that ass.
Do that all night.
Yeah, but this is the first time we're meeting in person or something like that, or maybe.
So he getting his satisfaction in other areas other than
cool. No, I'm still trying to smash.
I get but she's
got 3 days to smash.
So you're not going into the first date trying to definitely.
No, I'm not trying to go and smash.
Oh, by the third, yeah.
We're smashing by the third.
By the third date, yeah.
By the fourth, I'll give you an extra date if I like you because I didn't press you on the first one.
Well, then the fourth is we're definitely smashing.
Yeah, if we ain't smashed by the fourth, then there ain't no fifth, sixth, or whatever. I give a fourth just because I ain't pressed for the first.
Exactly.
I'm not pressed by the first, but I'm hopeful.
No, the fourth is so I'm giving you a chance to save yourself.
Right,
after that fourth date,
by the fourth, you're playing in my face. That's how I'm looking at it.
At that point,
you're playing in my face by the fourth date.
Yeah, it's a rap scheme on that. So, anything else we need to cover?
I'm good, bro.
All right. Well, it was 2 hours 30 minutes. We had a good show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, tell a friend. Our whole subscriber base is organic. If you don't tell people, they won't know, and they'll miss the greatness that you just watched.
We need
Stop
to get
being
that
selfish.
Yes, we need
and
to get that
share.
10,000 mark, people.
Yeah. So peace.
LLP, happy birthday to my son.
Wait, we gotta mention goddamn tropical depression.
Yeah. Happy birthday, my nephew. Jeez, they roll around so fast.
Okay, well, fuck the tropical depression. Y'all have a good